Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Thursday nights. This is a special episode. I got my man Brandon from I Like Scary hanging out with me to talk some Halloween. Who would have guessed?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. This is almost like it's a sequel, to your stream,
Yeah,
which by the way, man, like I said to you personally, it was so much fun. We were geeking out about Michael. I mean, it
yeah, we
it
were.
was great. It
Yeah,
was great. So tonight, we're just gonna have just it's almost like a Halloween franchise appreciation, Michael Myers appreciation type of stream, just talking about things in the franchise, maybe finish up some of our conversation that we had from the other night. And
yeah,
obviously, for anyone in the live chat, if you guys have things that you want to pass on to us, Halloween related, of course, please feel free to. I know the general's in the chat, so I know she's going to keep us on our toes. She's a huge Halloween
yeah.
purist, a Halloween fan. And you guys know the drill. You got to take care of what you got to do. Like, subscribe, check out Brandon's channel. I got the link in the description. I know Val put his description in the live chat too.
Mhm.
Remember, guys, if you don't listen to the general, this is what might happen to you.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what could happen. Don't mess with the general. Real quick, let me check out the chat, and then I want to get a quick thought from a very special guest before we get going proper here. Um, like I said, she's on the money, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's no joke, no joke. Heather's in the chat. What's up, Heather?
what's
Nice
up,
to see
brother?
you. Nice to see you. You guys are all right. Russell's in the chat. What's up, Russell? Had to hit the like button before I could have a chat with you awesome people because everyone is awesome here. That's cool, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
You guys are really cool too. My man Dre, Cray Dre in the house saying, "What's up? What's up, man? What is up?"
Well,
Russell saying, "I subscribe to I Like Scary. I'm already subscribed to the Night Watch Zone." Thanks so much, man.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
Dre, he says, so excited to see what happens tonight.
Yeah,
Right? It's
I'm
gonna be cool.
excited too.
It's gonna be cool, man. Val saying, "What's up, Cray?" Yeah, yeah. What's up, General? You guys are so funny. I love it. You guys are great. Let's see. Dre saying, "I'm seriously so amped. This will be my first live. I'm here for a franchise ranking. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great." Let's see. I want to make sure I catch up to everyone. Joel's in the chat. What's up, Joel? Nice to see you.
What's up, man?
Nice to see you. Another one of our channel members. Thank you so much for being here.
Mhm.
My man Neil from Neon Black Reviews saying, "Hey guys," and I've said this before. Neil, obviously a longtime supporter and a great content creator. Check out Neon Black Reviews. He just did his own Halloween review, and when Neil talks about any movie, I that's why I love watching what he does. I like hearing what he talks about. So seriously, check him out. Check him out. Jason's in the chat. Thanks so much, Jason. I shopped at the Night Watch Zone merch store 6 times. I love it. I love it. Jason literally halted the live stream earlier this morning with his generosity. It was crazy, man. No words to show the appreciation. You guys are all right. What's up, Denisha? Nice to see you. Mr. Dan is in the chat. What's up, Dan? Destiny's in the chat too. All right. What's up, Destiny? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I see a couple other people here too. I thought I saw, yeah, I see Extron. I'm so far behind, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because once we start going, you're probably not gonna be able to stop us. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's Extron.
I agree.
we're, we're gonna be on our old world.
Yeah,
There's Michael. What's up, Michael? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. My girl Beth, Miss 80s herself. What's going on? Saying, "Hey everyone, how you doing? Nice to see you, Beth. Very cool, very cool." Let's see. Jason, I love how he does this stuff. Like he'll use like, movie lines or
yeah.
lyrics from music. It's so great. Hey Amber, what's up? What's up? What's up? Ice Lord's in the chat too. All right. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. And for the rest of you guys that are coming in, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. But I want to take a second or a minute, depending on what he wants to say. And I just want to get a quick take for you, Brandon.
Alright.
What does if someone was to ask you this, how would you answer it? What does Michael Myers mean to you?
Wow, that's a good question.
I'm learning from Anthony.
Yeah, Mac Attack Man. In a weird way, Michael is like it's like a superhero to me. You know how
Yeah.
people they enjoy Spider-Man and Batman.
Hmm.
I don't have anything against those guys, but
Right.
Michael he's a superhero to me. I love his movies. I was
Hmm.
raised on them. It was like a runaway for me. I was raised in a crazy environment. Uh, it was really a runaway for me, and I enjoyed the storyline and everything. And he
Mm.
just he's been in my life for a long time. It's like I knew him, not even the person behind the mask, just him as a
Right.
character, the coveralls, that mask, the storyline. He's definitely a hero for me. He's a superhero for me.
Mm.
That's why I love him so much. He's one of the first, slashers I seen on screen and got attached to and became obsessed with. So,
Mm.
I was as a kid, I'm about 7 years old, and it was just like, wow, I love this. I love this storyline. I love that white mask, the music. So,
Yeah.
like I told you, Knight, it's become like an obsession with me when it comes to Michael, man.
Right? I hear you, man. I'm right there with you, man. When you get invested in these characters,
Yeah,
it's almost like you know them or you have
yeah,
this connection to them. It's really, really it's interesting, but it's very, very cool. And I think that's why all of us as horror fans, we get passionate in our own ways. Some of us it's collecting things, some of us
yeah.
it's talking about things, some people are artists, and
Mhm,
fortunately, folks like us, we can share thoughts by speaking with people. So
mhm.
it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Um, Real quick before we go into our intro proper, I'd have to say hello to my man Steven's in the house, craving something scary.
What's up,
What's
Craig?
going on?
What's up, man?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. Always great to have you in the live chat or on the panel or being on your channel. Awesome, awesome friend, a brother.
Yeah.
Dominic saying, I'm a member of I Like Scary. Thank you, I Like Scary, for inspiring others.
Thanks,
Definitely.
man. I appreciate it, Dominic. I appreciate
Very cool. Very cool. Beth saying, love the Night Watch fam. Yeah, you guys, seriously, you guys continue to amaze me. And it's such a great journey. It really is. The shape is the ultimate boogeyman.
that.
You
Yeah,
got it.
that's
You
right,
got it.
Dominic.
It's great.
That's
Oh
right.
my God. Now listen to this, guys. This is how cool Steven is, and he didn't have to do this.
Mhm.
But someone had asked if he was going live. He says, I was thinking of going live now, and I checked to see if Knight or Fate or Jake were streaming first. So I decided to pop in here
Yeah,
and stay instead.
yeah.
And you know how it is, Steven. I mean, we do try not to overlap each other, especially,
Mhm.
the collective and obviously, I like scary streams, gory B movie, everyone. So but like I always say, if it's something that you want to do or you need to do, because you have a tough schedule, feel free to do it. But I appreciate the thought. It's very kind, and Stephen, you know what's up, buddy. You know what's up. I love you, man. I love you. All
Yeah,
right, guys, it's time. We got to take a quick second to get finished getting set up. Give
yeah.
folks a minute to jump into the live chat if they choose to do so. So it's time to go into our intro proper. You probably can guess what the theme of it is. So, anyways, for you guys in the live chat, for you guys watching the replay, sit back, relax. We're going back to Haddonfield. You know what time it is. All
Man, Knight,
right.
let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, Knight. As a Halloween fan, that got me, man. When Allison says, "Come and get me, mother." Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was great, man. You did a great job. I love that.
Uh, Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I had to do something. I was like, man, I got to work something out because I had you coming on, and
Yeah.
this is like a celebration, and
Yeah.
oh man, I love this stuff. Thank, thank, thanks so much, Steven. I appreciate
That
it.
was wow, man.
Oh man. Some great moments. I could, put it this way, it was so many moments, I couldn't even put all the moments I want into it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was just crazy, but,
Mhm.
I got a couple good ones in there.
Oh, you got some
Um,
good ones, man.
yeah. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it. So let's do this, man. I'm gonna start just throwing some stuff at you like we did the other night, like you were throwing
Mhm.
at me, which was some good stuff.
All right.
Let's start with the original, because obviously, so many great moments from the original.
Mhm.
What are some of your favorite things that you like about Halloween 78? What makes it such a great movie to you, or what makes it stand out in your mind? Because I know, a lot of us fans have different things that we gravitate towards in any movie. But what about you for H78?
Whew. Uh, it's so much. I mean, from the opening scene, when I first seen, I'm like, what's going on? I just see a hand get the knife out the drawer, um, and from that moment, you just get introduced to Michael Myers, and
Yeah.
I love the stalking. Oh my, the stalking is probably
Mhm.
like out of this world crazy. And it's the build up, A lot of people they don't acknowledge that build up. They label it as a slow burn, but I feel that
Mhm.
70 had one of the best slow burns ever leading up to the ending. The build up was out of this world crazy. You just see a
Mhm.
lot of you just it was telling stories in sections like from with Lonnie when he bumps into Michael. It just showed you that it's coming. Just hold up. Just it's like it's just showing a build up, and then we get that amazing ending, and
Mhm.
you get it. And when it comes, it comes. It's like boom, there you go. And it's just one of my favorite scenes is actually one of your favorite scenes, when Laurie's right there and you see Michael's face come out that black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
I'm
walking
telling
down the
you.
stairs, man. It's yeah, right there. It's just like, man, 78, it's different. It was different. It created something, It was
Mhm.
and it was the birth of something we still have in 2022 that's doing excellent as of now.
Mhm.
So they started so raw from like I told you in my stream, throwing leaves on the ground and picking them back up. It was
Yeah.
so raw. They just believed in themselves, and the babysitter murders. It wasn't nothing out like that for real. It was, but it wasn't. And they
Yeah.
just took a complete U-turn with like Halloween 2 and 4, and he became
Mhm.
something big. So I just like it how original it was. It wasn't like a mocking of anything. It was its own thing, and it's a character that's still like is legendary. You know, the look, man. The look is the thing that got me in with Michael Myers. It's his face, that blank look. It's almost like he's human.
Right.
It's like that face is so humanized. It's not a hockey mask or anything. It's just like you get cheekbones, nose, little slick
Mhm.
back with the curl in the front. It's like what is going on here?
Right.
I can go on for days about that, man. Yeah, it's like what's going on, man? You got literally a stock white mask, and the shadows creates the expressions on it. That's terrifying when you think about it.
It is, man. It is. I agree. I think, when I first saw Michael, it just it just it gave me a chill,
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously I was a little kid and trying to go back and watch the old movies, but it just gave me a chill. And the way he was presented, like you said, coming out of the darkness,
Mhm.
um, the way he moved, Nick Castle, the way Nick Castle moved,
Mhm.
and like you said, the
Yeah.
music was a character in and of itself, right? And you just put all that together, you've got the characters in the movie
Mhm.
who you actually gave a shit about because of the way they were written.
Mhm.
Deborah Hill wrote, a lot of the dialogue between the ladies,
Mhm.
Laurie and Annie. And, it was like, wow, this movie is different. It does have a different feel to it. It feels, and I don't want to make it because, people, especially people that watch this channel, I like so many different kinds of movies, and I can appreciate movies that are very bare bones, and if a director doesn't have a lot of money and a big studio backing it up, I can enjoy a lot of those movies too.
Mhm.
But this movie, it was like it didn't have the biggest budget, but
Yeah.
it felt like it had a really good budget because
Yeah.
of the care,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, like I said on your channel, it was like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
It was like lightning in a bottle. You literally cast Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yes.
the daughter of Janet Leigh. We're talking horror royalty.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, you
Yes.
know? It is
Oh
absolutely
my
crazy. I mean, when I sit and think about it, and of course, she's not a horror fan herself,
God.
right? But what I do like about her is that she understands what this movie means to the fans and what
Yeah.
it's meant for her career. She's literally said, John Carpenter made my career, you
Mhm.
know, and I like that. I like that respect and understanding. And
Mhm.
man, she's been doing it 5 decades. Here we are about to see what's going to happen, and Halloween ends, and I'm really excited. um I'm just excited to see how this thing goes, because these new movies, I'm not saying they're perfect, but they've been pretty damn enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
They really have, and I know you feel that way too, but just so that people watching, they get a sense of that. um yeah, and Michael was saying Jamie Lee and her mom, rest in peace, Janet Leigh, are horror icons. They really are.
Yeah.
They really are. There's no doubt about that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Great. Rest in peace, man.
And what's up, Byron? Byron's in the chat too.
What's up, Byron, man?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. He's saying, at least we can all agree Rob Zombie improved on Deborah Hill's script, especially the dialogue and humanity of the characters, right?
Man.
No.
Yeah.
No. But I will, but and we're gonna get into the Rob Zombie stuff too.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I know some of this we touched on the other night, but
Mhm.
you know me, man, I could talk about this stuff over and over all day.
Yeah. Same.
But I think Rob Zombie had, his style that he injected into this almost impossible task, trying to
Yeah.
remake Halloween.
Mhm.
And it's like, it's just like remaking anything that's so good. It's like, how do you freaking do that?
Yeah.
And I'll give him credit. He tried to do some different things, because if he had just sat there and done a shot by shot of
Yeah.
Halloween, when I went to the theater, because I did go to the theater to see it, I
Mhm.
was right there watching it. I would have been pissed off and have left.
Yeah.
But at least he was trying some new things. So what do you think about his approach to his Halloween remake? I mean, I kind of know your thoughts on it, but for the folks watching, what do you think about his approach, the way he did it, and the choices he made?
So to be honest, the only reason I do enjoy the Rob Zombie Halloween somewhat is
Mm-hmm.
the look. Tyler, man, he was like Michael was actually scary. He was actually him, the 7 foot monster. Like it was Frankenstein Myers at that point. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, man, I think Rob Zombie, he was worried about just trying to answer too many questions that fans threw out in the universe for Halloween. He was too worried about, he went in answering too many questions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes questions do not need to be answered. That's the thing with Halloween. Some franchises you gotta answer questions, but with a
Yeah.
franchise like Halloween, some things just need to be let be. Just let it be. And he tried to answer questions that were front line, and it destroyed the image of the story. You kind of
Mm.
humanize Michael, and that you shouldn't. You don't do that with Michael Myers. He's unknown. He's evil.
Right.
So
I agree, man. I think that because they answered so much about his backstory. Now,
mhm,
don't get me wrong, some of it was interesting to see because, you're in that quote unquote Halloween world.
mhm,
But I don't think we should know those things. I think that's the best part about, well, I don't want to say the best, but one of the best parts about Michael is that mystique. We don't know we don't know all the answers to the questions.
mhm,
And for horror icons, that's what makes him stand out so much more than everyone else, because
yeah,
we know the backstory to Freddy and Leatherface and Chucky and Candyman and all the other ones, but we
mhm,
don't know what is pushing Michael forward. We
yeah,
know he's evil, but that's all we know,
yeah,
you know. And to me, that's scary. So when you watch the Rob Zombie movies,
Mhm.
the thing that I think was unfortunate was we saw so much of that backstory. And my mind, when I'm watching it, I'm like, well, of course he's going to turn into this monster.
Yeah,
Look at his environment.
yeah,
I mean, the kid didn't have enough of a chance. Now that's not to say that you're always going to be a product of your environment.
yeah,
My mother told me when I was a little kid, you don't have to be a product of your environment. But all I'm saying though is Rob Zombie was using that as a way to show his
mhm,
evolution
yeah,
into the shape. And I don't think we needed it. I know we didn't need it, because it really humanized Michael. When Michael was killing and he's, being aggressive and angry and grunting
yeah,
and this and that. And it's like, it's humanizing him. When you watch James
mhm,
Jude Courtney do his thing in the new movies,
mhm,
or even in the older movies, he's just killing.
yeah,
There's nothing. Loomis said it himself. There's nothing there. The
yeah,
blackest eyes. That's what's scary to me.
yeah. That
I
yeah,
mean,
'cause
it's
it's
freaky because it's like, what's going on behind that mask? What's going on behind them eyes?
yeah,
I don't know what's motivating you, man. And that's that's scary
yeah.
shit.
No emotion,
So
it's like what yeah, what you just said, like no emotion. And it's like, does he make facial expressions? You ask yourself questions like that, like, what's going on,
yes.
man?
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's crazy. Val saying Rob Zombie's Halloweens don't exist.
Makes sense now.
Yeah. Michael saying Friday the 13th was a sloppy Halloween ripoff. Yeah, they definitely tried to rip it off, and they even said that. Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham said, "Hey, let's let's do what they're doing."
Yeah.
Fortunately, they kind of went down their own path, and we got
Mhm.
another icon. But what's up, Dove? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Um, but here's some other stuff I want to throw it at you too, because I've been thinking about this. When you watch the classic, when you watch 78,
Mhm.
do you like to watch Halloween 2 with it as well, or do you watch them separately, or have you ever done like a double feature type of thing with them?
I've done a double feature thanks to AMC, but
Yes.
I've never like, okay, I'm gonna put this together and just have a double feature. I always looked at 78 like its own film because
Mm,
I'll tell you what jacks me up, night. It's the mask. I love the Warlock mask. I love it. It's awesome. But
yeah.
Warlock put his face in there, it kind of became pumpkin shape.
Yes.
It was almost like this is not him. But it was the one of the best looks, but it was almost like this is not him.
Right.
I don't see, and you got green coveralls, and it's like, and I'm supposed to match this with the same night. My eyes are going to tell me this is not the same night, you know.
Right. Right. Right.
But it's great. I love Halloween too, but I just
I get you. I get you. Now, are you now, and I know we started to talk about this a little bit on your channel, but if you were to look at, because a lot of people will talk about the first 8 movies, you know
mm-hmm,
what I mean, before Rob Zombie started to remake. When you look at the first 8 movies, obviously Season of the Witch is kind of its own thing.
mm-hmm,
So I guess maybe if we're looking at 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8,
mm-hmm.
after 78, what are your next couple of films as far as like a ranking? If 78, because I'm assuming 78 is at the top for you.
Yeah.
So what do you have as like your next 2 or 3? What's your top two, your top 3 or 4, I should say?
All right. So 78 is my number one. 2018 is definitely my number two.
Ooh, all right. Okay.
2018, man, I love it. 2018. I was going to get kind of all right. 2018. Halloween. I'm gonna put Halloween 2 in there. Halloween
Oh.
2. Halloween 4, and
Mm.
I'm gonna finish it off with H2O.
It's a
Yeah.
good it's a good thing Helmington isn't here.
Yeah,
You're
hell,
like,
I'm saying
why?
H2O, man. You know what's up. H2O, man.
Oh man, nice. That's pretty cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, because I saw 2018 in the theater,
Hmm.
and I didn't know what to expect. And as soon as it came on and I was seeing the aesthetic and what they were doing with the story, I looked over at my brother and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great."
Yeah.
And I was so were you nervous before you went to go see 2018? Was there any type of nervousness or just curiosity as far as how good it would be or anything?
So I'm gonna tell you, Knight, man. What really made me so nervous, and I'm so happy you asked me that, was seeing that trailer, seeing that Michael is unmasked. It was so like I was so scared because I've never, other than Tony Moore and getting that mask took off,
Right.
it was like, wow, they're really about to show us him, because they showed that scene where he's
Mhm.
hitting the podcast. I'm like, this is about. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, humanizing, man. But the way that they shot him,
Mhm.
it was so damn creepy. Night, you're just getting straight James Jude back. Like you're just
Mm.
his back, like and I'm like, bro, wow. Then when I knew it was gonna be a good film, I'm not about to say I've ripped like, oh, I knew this was gonna be. I was nervous.
Mhm.
Once that scene came where the trick or treaters and Michael steps out, I'm like, oh yeah, we're into something right now. I'm
Right.
telling you, like, this is gonna be good. But yeah, that's what it was. Like, I seen it, and that music came on. I'm like, oh, and we haven't heard that music in so long with
Yeah.
leaves blowing. I'm like, this is it. They got
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah. I was kinda in the same spot because,
Yeah.
the Rob Zombie movies, they were what they were, I'm
Yeah.
not we don't have to go deep into that, but I was nervous, and when we saw the trailers and like you said, you saw that he wasn't masked up. I
Yeah.
was kinda like, "Well, I don't know," and this is 40 years later, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I was nervous,
Yeah.
but they definitely eased my fears, pretty early in the movie, and I was just so happy because it was a good Halloween movie, a great Halloween movie,
Mhm.
and it was like and I told people on my channel, it really kinda reignited my own passion for the
Mhm.
franchise, because it was a great movie, so, anyways,
Mhm.
our boy Helmington is in the chat.
Man, I'm gonna have to schedule something. I'm gonna bring Night on. We're just gonna jump on you, man. We're gonna just jump on you, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
so funny. Oh, man, that was great when you guys were talking. Look, and I know, and
man.
when he said, "All right, I'm gonna throw this out to the chat too," and of course, Helmington's probably like, "Well, I'm not on there to defend myself," but I just want to ask the chat. Okay, now the discussion was, which movie do you prefer,
Oh yeah,
H2O or Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers?
yeah.
All right,
He's
so
probably
that's
nice.
That's the question. And Helvington, we love you, man. I was telling Brandon when I saw you guys streaming, I was cracking up because both of y'all were making good points.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just fun to watch. So I'm throwing that out to you guys. What do you enjoy more? What do you think is the better movie? Is it H2O or is it The Curse of Michael Myers? That's the question. And look at Helvington. Halloween 6 is my number 2.
Uh,
Stop. Hey, look.
H2O. H2O like water, man. Come
What
on,
is
bring
he
it in.
doing? That's crazy. He said
Bring it
H2.
in.
No, man. Come on.
It's about to eat
Oh,
him
Lord.
alive, Night.
Yeah,
It's
we're
about
gonna have
to,
to we're gonna have to get him on, man. That's crazy stuff. But I mean, look, I'm not saying that 6, and I think we talked a little bit about this when I was telling you, Brandon.
Mhm.
6 has some moments,
Yeah,
it has some things, and The Mask was better than 5,
yeah.
and it was better than 4. So
Mhm.
I'm already like, all right, you guys finally got The Mask right. No disrespect to, George and Don
Mhm.
Shanks, but hey, it
Mhm.
is what it is. But yo, come on, man. They did Jamie Lloyd wrong.
Yeah.
They did Daniel Harris wrong. I mean, him and his niece. Come on,
I,
man. Like, come on.
Night, man. I told him on that stream, I said, the moment that came up with the niece and Michael, I'm like, peace out. I did the Martin. Peace. Yeah. I'm not dealing with that. Come on, Michael doesn't do that, man.
Oh Lord. I was like, what? Man, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute, what? What did he do?
Yeah.
Who'd he do it with?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Like for real? Like, oh my God, man. Now
Man.
Beth is saying H2O is definitely bottom of the barrel for me. So Beth is going with 6 over H2O. All right.
All right, man.
Hey man, there's people that do like 6, and I've actually come across some folks, and when I did my live stream on it back in October of last year, some people saying 6 is actually pretty good. I'm like, all right.
Mhm.
I don't agree, but but that's what's cool. You can enjoy this franchise. There's so many great movies in it and different takes. The 2018 score is one of the best. It really is.
Yes.
I love it. I got it on vinyl, man. It's so nice.
Yes.
It's so nice. It is so nice. Steven saying, Helvington, I love how we can all appreciate films in different ways. Great thing about art. It's true.
That's true, Helvington.
It's true.
Craven.
I'm ready for all the shots.
That you are, Helvington, man.
Oh Lord, yeah. My man Eric's he's in the chat too, saying I can appreciate what 2018 has done for people getting back into the franchise. I still don't care for it. Yeah, Eric likes Kills more than 2018. So we got everybody here today, man.
That's different, man.
I know. We got everyone. Number one fantasy expert is a fan of The Curse of Michael Myers. All right. Helvington is crazy as hell.
Fire emojis for H6, pumpkins for H. Come on, Helvington.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Helvington, man.
He's all right. My man Keith is in the chat. What's up? Halloween 6. H2O is a Scream movie.
Man.
Now I will say, and I talked about this on my H2O episode. Obviously, Kevin Williamson was working on the movie, so it has that vibe, right? And plus, it was at that time. This was after Scream. This is when movies were kind of the formula had changed. Obviously, Scream 96 is amazing, and a lot of movies were following that formula. So I understand that. The one thing I'll say about H2O, there were a couple of moments where it obviously leaned a little too much into Scream. We could even hear the music. That scene where Michael is chasing John and his girlfriend, and they go into the gate. It's and I said this in my stream. It's literally one of the best scenes in the movie, and one of the scenes that frustrate me the most because I can hear the Scream music, and Michael is got his hand through the gate with the knife, and he's going like this. And I'm like, that's Ghostface.
Yeah, Ghostface.
Right? So that's what frustrated me. But then when he gets through the gate and John and his girlfriend go in and shut the door, and then him and Lori go face to face, that was iconic.
Yeah, I love
iconic
it.
stuff.
I love it.
So it's like it's got moments that are really great, and had some moments that really frustrated me too. Now, let me ask you this. I don't think we talked about this on your channel. With H2O, for people that feel as though it leans too much into Scream, or maybe it's not enough of a Halloween movie, what do you say to that? Do you agree with that, or do you look at it differently?
I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of you guys might hate me for this. I feel that H2O is the perfect sequel to 78. I will put H2O before Halloween 2 in a continuance, because if you look at it, it connects perfect. Like, we got Lori immediately suffering from trauma from her screaming in the bed. There's her kid, that feel. It was so, bro. I always say this night, take away the mask, take away that CGI, cut it out, and transfer that 78 mask over, and just put the score of the original Halloween up in H2O and take away that. Boom. I swear it's untouchable. Even though, I know Helvington's always, man, I hate the school involved, but it shows that Lori, she's a principal or whatever she's doing. That's the environment she's in, and it was different. We don't have to worry about the neighborhoods and stuff like that. It was different. I love the hallway scenes. I loved it, man. I think it's a perfect sequel to 78.
All right. All right, now that's cool because I did not know that, and I'm glad I asked you
Yeah,
because I think for a lot of people, there are a lot of people that feel similar to that, and then there's a lot of people, obviously, like Helvington, that feel totally opposite. I'm kind of in the middle.
yeah,
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm more of a fan of 4 and 2, and then probably H2O as far as the older
yeah.
movies, like 1 through 8.
Mhm.
But the thing I love about H2O so much is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
I think her performance, the storyline,
Mhm,
it was so good. The confrontation, the finale, it
mhm,
was so good. Just seeing Laurie Strode, just being able to do what she did.
mhm.
And there's plot holes here and there because obviously Michael has to travel cross country in a vehicle. Now, does he have the mask on or does he have the mask off? Because he's got to stop for some gas. He's got to stop for some gas, man. You can't go cross country and not get no gas.
That's the only thing I hated, man. It was almost like humanizing him in a way, showing you that he knows how to work car keys and push the gas, but they did that in '78 though, so
True.
it's like you can't. That was the birth of Halloween, so he does know
It's
how to
true.
drive. Michael knows how to drive,
Oh yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
like,
But I'm just sitting there picturing Michael chilling on the highway and you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
People passing by and they're looking at this guy in a mask. I mean, I guess nowadays it wouldn't be a big thing, but he had to
yeah,
stop for gas, man.
yeah,
So that it was what it was. I mean, it made sense for her character to
mhm,
move across country because I sure as hell would. I might have
yeah,
moved out of the damn country dealing
yeah,
with what she dealt with in '78. So,
yeah,
it is it is what it is.
yeah.
Shapes in the chat. What's up,
What's up,
Shape?
Faith in the shadows, man? My God, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Jason doing great. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing well, man. Seriously. Ex Extron saying 6 is just a weird cult movie.
I agree. I agree. It's bad. It's bad, man.
Uh, I think if here's the thing. With Curse of Michael Myers, if they just didn't lean into the cult stuff
Mhm.
that much, and if they could have had Danielle Harris on as
Mhm.
Jamie Lloyd, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, I
A
agree.
a hell of a lot more, because like I said, the mask was pretty good. There were some good kills. You still had Loomis, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, it was the last,
yeah,
performance of Donald Pleasance. But that's what kind of makes it special to me in a way too, just watching his last performance. But
mhm,
I think they just leaned too heavy into the whole cult stuff, and
yeah,
like that scene where they got Jamie on the, no, not Jamie, but the other Strode,
yeah,
I forgot her name, but she's on the altar,
yeah,
and you got the druids around, and Michael's standing in the background like security.
yeah.
Like,
Like what?
what? What's going
Michael would
on?
have killed you. '78, Michael would have killed all of you. Come on, man.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
like come
like
on.
like what are they doing? Like Michael's on the payroll. What the fuck is going on, man?
Michael would have killed them, night, man. Come on,
Right?
man. He's on a
I'm like,
payroll.
right? I'm so serious, man. Like for real. Like man, I'm telling you, when I rewatch, because and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched Curse a whole bunch of times over the years, only a handful of times. And when I rewatched it for our episode a few months ago, it was the first time I had seen it in I don't even know, maybe 6, 7, 8 years, right? So I kind of forgot some of that shit, right?
Yeah,
And when you get to that scene with the altar and Michael's just chilling, I'm like,
Shelby
yo.
Myers.
What
Shelby
you-
Myers, night.
I mean, come on, man. Well, because they got George back because he was Michael in 4.
Mhm.
And then you had Don Shanks in 5, and George came back for 6. So I appreciate him coming back. But it was like a gift and a curse, like we talked about the other night.
Mhm.
Like they took away the shoulder pads he had in 4,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
that was good. But the years did some stuff.
yeah.
And in 6, he's a little bit chubbier, you know what I
He
mean?
was chubby. That
What can I
scene I told you now, when he puts her up on the wall, you see all belly.
yeah.
All belly. Like, come on, man. That's not Michael, man.
Oh man. It's like Michael's been eating good.
Yeah, he's basically
He's been eating good, man.
skipped Halloween and went straight to Thanksgiving.
Right. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
night. He skipped
Oh
Halloween.
shit. Hey,
Really?
look, he was like, I'm taking a break this year. I'm just going to Thanksgiving because I got to catch up on some eating. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What the hell's going on?
Come on,
Oh
man.
my god. Uh, what's up, Keith? What's up?
What's up, man?
Oh man. David's in the chat. He's saying H2O definitely, although I always thought Six had potential. Would love to see a remake of that with a different script. Yeah, if they did it the right way,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, if they did it the right way, I'd be all up for that, seriously.
yeah,
I'd be all for it, but they can't like, when they had the scene where, was it Paul Rudd that did it? They put the stone down in front of Michael, and he, like, froze or stopped or whatever. Was it Paul Rudd that did I can't remember.
yeah.
Helvington would know 'cause he's he's
Yeah,
he's
hell,
the he's the
fellas,
man.
man.
But they put the thing down so he wouldn't move. I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yo, come on, man. You guys come on. He can
Yeah.
he can be part of a cult without treating him like a damn robot. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
damn. You know?
yeah.
Jeez.
I
Anyways.
hate it, man. I don't think that's not Michael, man.
You're like, "That's not my Michael Myers."
Yeah, that's not. I don't know who that is, man.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Austin's in the chat too. What's up, man? What's up? Channel member, channel member. Thank you, thank you. Saying, I know that Halloween Ends will help me better understand if I vibe with this new trilogy for sure. Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
because it's gonna kind of round out the story. I think for some people, this is where I'll go with you next, Brandon.
Mhm.
Because my good friend Fate, and you probably have seen us have these type
Yeah.
of debates. He hates Halloween Kills. He thinks Halloween Kills should have been tacked on, half of it tacked on to the end of 18 and the other half onto the beginning of Ends. He just thinks that it's, you know,
Yeah.
and I respect him for that. So what first of all, what do you think about Halloween Kills? And number two, do you think that Ends is going to change the way people look at kills? And if so, how so?
Yeah. So to talk about Kills first, I feel like Kills was made, strictly for the fans. We've been begging to get a film where Michael just goes ape shit. Like
Right.
it was for the fans, man. Look at the kills. I'm talking
That's
from
right.
he's Little John, Big John. He's freaking. He's eyeballs popping out. He's picking up firefighters. Every kill was aggressive. It was like, man, he's on a different type of time in this. It wasn't too man. Night, you know what I mean, man. And it was like, oh, he is going like, come on, Michael, man. What's that chip on your shoulder? Like he's going. The old guy pulls him through the thing. I'm like, bro, what's
Yeah.
going on? And it was like they didn't explain a lot. It wasn't too much character build up with that. It was like kind of everywhere. Most of the film took place in the hospital. But if you take away the OD scenes with the hospital and you just take it out, maybe put some more, like I told you, the wife said, in streets of Haddonfield, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been perfect. It's just we have some cringy moments. I'll give it that,
Right.
and it was OD with the hospital and the guy jumping out the window. I don't think that was pointless. We get out of that. Other than that, man, the ending was amazing. I loved Allison in it. The movie was so damn good. I hated Judy Greer in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It made me love her.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah,
Me too.
it made me
Wow.
love her, man.
Oh
So
man.
I Halloween Kills is a good movie compared to like Six and Resurrection. It's good. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I love Michael, and it mainly is because that's Michael's movie. That's why I enjoy it. Not for Lori or
Mm-hmm.
anybody. It was because of the way Michael ran the show. We got to
Mm.
see what he's about, and But to go on to Ends, I feel that Ends is gonna, for some reason, like I told you in Craven, man. I feel like when we get the Ends, back to that scene where Karen looks in that window at Kid Myers,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of you guys in the chat seen Myers going back and forth to that window, taking out humans one by one that steps foot in that window. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're definitely going to get an explanation for that window, and the mask. It's going to be something. It has to be something so small because because they kind of were aiming for it in kills. Everybody's just grabbing for it. Lindsay, we got Karen taking it off. It's like they're kind of telling like, don't worry, we're going to tell you guys what's up with this. So I feel like Ends is definitely going to explain evil to the point we have an understanding, but it's not going to ruin it how Rob Zombie did it. It's going to kind of clean up Michael. It's not going to be, how we always do now. It's like, he's just evil. He's just an evil being. We're not going to be able to say that anymore. We're not going to be able to say that anymore after it ends. I feel like we're going to have an understanding of Michael somewhat. Like, it's going to be almost on paper, if that makes sense. I think they're going to put it on paper. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. It's funny because it's a fine line, because I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's that part of me that is so curious about it. Of course, that's part of the power of him as a character. So if they can at least just give us a little something, but just don't go too far. Don't go too far. Something like Curse of Michael Myers. You go too far with trying to explain the mythology. Same thing in like Freddy's Dead or Jason Goes to Hell. You once you start trying to explain these mythologies, you just going into dark territory, as I call it. Don't do it. Just don't friggin' do it.
Yeah.
But if you give us just a little peek, a little insight, then our minds can be kind of stoked with creativity again. And I think that would be cool if this trilogy does that, and it'll kind of be part of its own stamp in the history of this franchise. I think that would be really, really cool. Dan saying the portrayal of Michael Myers in the last two films was excellent.
Yes, best.
All right, Dan.
One of the best portrayals of Michael Myers.
All right. Helvington, and I'm so far behind, guys. I'm sorry, but we're having fun with this conversation. He said John Tate killed that film.
He did better than Tommy Doyle and Curse. We can start it, Helvington.
Oh no.
We can start it, man. Come on, what was up with Tommy, man, in that Curse, man? He was off, bro. He was more off than Michael.
That is true, and I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is pretty cool, but he was kind of like, what the hell's going on with this Tommy?
Yeah, was you the killer?
Right? That's at one point. It was so funny you say that, because at one point when I first saw this movie, when I was little, I said, "Are they trying to say he's Michael?
Yeah,
is he going to become? Is this a Jamie Lloyd thing?
Yeah,
like don't do that." Now, Helvin's probably like, y'all gotta stop. But no, but John Tate. Now, don't get me wrong. I think John Tate had some moments that I really enjoyed, and then he had some moments where it was just like he was there.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think that the thing that made me appreciate him more than Tommy Doyle is the fact of his connection with his mother. And it made sense because she was so traumatized that he grew up with a paranoid and traumatized mother. So, of course, he's going to be off. Now, I know people are going to say, well, Tommy Doyle was traumatized because of what happened in 78. But the difference is in Curse of Michael Myers, they didn't give you that cushion in the story. You just basically came on and you see him stalking what's her name and this and that. And it's kind of like, all right, we're going to go down this road with Tommy. Damn. So anyways, it is what it is. But John Tate versus Tommy Doyle, that's too funny, man. Jeez.
Oh, man. Like,
oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Keith was saying, Brandon, no way, dude. H2 is the same night. So I think he's saying that he enjoys Halloween 2 more than H2O. I think that's what you're saying. But let me know if it's not, Keith, and I'll try to correct that.
I definitely agree with you, Keith, man. It is in the same night. But when you look at the word continuance, and you just kind of just erase Halloween 2. Just erase it. Don't almost what David Gordon Green is doing. How you say, I'm focused on 78. So, and just add in H2O, 20 years later, you got Lori. And it was like, man, it showed you she's done with it. From her cracking the electric thing when she opens the gate, she grabs the axe. It's like, come on. It's perfect, man. That's just my opinion, though. It's perfect.
Yeah. Real quick, too, and I'm going to try to get to everyone here. It's tough because y'all y'all are working hard here, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Wow. But we do have a super chat, so we're gonna jump to Jason. Thank you so much, man. A $10 super chat. So obviously, I got to make sure I answer my man here. Nightwatch Zone is not about how hard of scenarios you can give. It's about how many scenarios can take and still keep moving forward. Great live stream, guys. Thanks so much, Jason. You all right, man. We appreciate it. And
Definitely.
Jason's been on fire all day, man. So let me do this, Jason, because you rock, and I know you love these little clips. Let's play one of our newer ones, because you got a dream, baby. You got a
Got a
dream.
dream, baby.
I know. Hey, you got it all worked out, Carlito. Here's to you.
What goes on in this town is none of your business.
As long as I'm living here, it is.
Then maybe you shouldn't be living here!
Wow. Man.
Oh man. Thanks so much, Jason. I really appreciate that, man. Seriously. You rock. Crystal was asking, this is a good one, because obviously you know about this, Brandon. What do you two feel about the rumors that Hawkins is Myers' brother? And obviously you did a video on this.
I feel that, man, it's in the bucket with the good theories. You know, it's not terrible, you know, because I've always had this question with the trilogy. Why is it so, like, it's happening so much with Hawkins? It's like he's missing every shot. They're so open and clean. It's like you're missing them, like you said, Knight. How did you get on the force?
Yeah, right.
On the force, man. Like, real talk. Like, how did you get on the force? How did you pass the range? And he's really missing. And like, man, all laughs aside, it's like it's almost like he knows Michael. You guys, we've never seen Hawkins in '78, but he's comfortable enough he's comfortable enough in 2018 where Michael walks out of Julian's house. He's like, Michael's gonna turn around like, hey, what's up, man? Like,
Right.
like, come on, bro. Like, and I'm telling you, like, it was like Michael, anytime he's around Hawkins, it's like, I have to leave.
Yeah.
I'm talking, bro, freaking Jamie Lee shoots him in his shoulder, a 357. Usually Michael turn, like, you know, he keeps it pushing. He keeps it pushing. And I just feel that, you know, it's a reason that Hawkins sparing him. He's sparing him. And he even spared him to the point Loomis has the gun to him. And it's like, no, like, what do you mean? No, this man is wilding.
Right.
You know, he's saving him, and it's like you're trying to open up the Lorian kills. Oh, he's just a little boy, and he in the grown body, and you know, it's my fault. You know, it's my fault. I'm the reason. It's almost like he's guilty, Night. But I don't know, man. It's just a theory, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, look, man, and I said this already, you know, anything is possible in these movies. I mean, anytime you got, and you know what I'm gonna say, anytime you got this guy doing stuff, you know, anything can happen.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
So anything's possible. No, I'm just playing. But for real, I mean, there is something that's gonna be, Hawkins is gonna have his moment, either, you know, some really cool moment, or some type of reveal or something. I truly do believe that, because he you know, he's still there, and they made a point to talk about his backstory and so forth and so forth. So I do think there's going to be something interesting with him in ends.
Yeah.
Do I think they're going to go down that road with them being brothers? If I had to bet, no, I don't. But who knows? Who knows? To me, the reason why I don't think they do it is because it kind of just takes the place of Michael and Laurie being siblings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they obviously wanted to, you know, kind of honor Carpenter's vision, with them not being related. And Michael is just, you know, he's like, and I hate to say it, like Busta said, he's a killer shark. You know, if you're in his path, bets are off, you know. And it's not like he's, you know, it's not, I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but I think that if they have them as brothers, they'll have to explain it in a way, and we said this the other night, they have to explain it and execute it in a way where we can vibe with it, you know. So I don't think that they're gonna be brothers. If I'm gonna answer that, Crystal, I don't think they're gonna be brothers, but it's possible. It's
Yeah,
very possible. I think there's gonna be. I do think this movie. I do think Halloween Ends, and I've said this in some of my Halloween Ends videos. I do think that there's gonna be some shocking stuff.
yeah,
And there's a lot of ways that they could do that. You know,
yeah.
the brother angle, but also a ton of other things. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it.
Maybe
I
he's a friend. Maybe he kind of had a. Maybe Michael and him grew up because you remember they said, "Night, I have to throw it out while my gears are running." He's like he used to pick the wings off butterflies, but his
Yeah.
partner was saying that I heard he used to stand there. Maybe he has a soft spot for him in a weird way. He grew up with him. Michael's always weird. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it would be more safer. Then it kind of cleans a lot of stuff up, but I don't know.
Could be. Could be. I mean, look, that's also why I'm also excited about this new movie because there's a
Yeah.
lot of ways it could go. And even for all of us that talk about things and, we hear news and we speculate and we theorize, it's like it's still so much that we don't know. And I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
It's what really helps me be so excited to see that movie when I go to see it in the theater. Seriously.
Definitely.
Um, Extron said Michael pulled up to a gas station and was like, "Give me all your gas right now."
Cass right now.
I love that. That was good. Um, but yeah, anyways, so there's a lot of things that could happen. Who knows about the brother thing? Here's another thing I want to throw out too. And we touched upon it a little bit last time on your stream.
Mhm.
But once Ends is done, and they come back to Halloween. Now, again, my feeling is it could be a couple years, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years. I don't think it'll be 10 years because
Mhm.
these movies just make too much money.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, movies are about money and it's a business. But if they come back, if you had a chance to guide or write or whatever, make the next Halloween entry, do you have an idea what you'd like it to do or like it to be, I should say?
Um, so I'm kind of over the 40 years later thing. I love
Hmm.
David Gordon Green's that much. It's like nope, I wouldn't touch it. But um, you know how I feel, Nightmare. I think Danielle Harris has a story that needs to be explained. Now,
Mm,
I'm not a big fan of Five. She was mute. She had that thing going on. It kind of
yeah.
threw me off, but I man, I would love to see them take off from Halloween 4. Like I would love to see them take off from like Halloween 4. And I would say even Halloween 2, because I was kind of shocked that David Gordon Green didn't go that route and include 2 when that first was announced.
Yeah,
But
me too.
yeah, Jamie Lee, she's done. So it's like it wouldn't work unless they figured out some way to kind of cover her up. But I think
Mhm.
Halloween 2 will have a nice continuance with Michael. But for me, number one is definitely Halloween 4 with Danielle Harris, man. She's just as legendary as any other Halloween, cast member. So and I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of Halloween 4.
Yeah, 4 was so man, and I told this story, but 4, it was almost like, yeah, man, we're back. We're
Mhm.
back to where we need to be because they did a hell of a job with the atmosphere. I thought Donald Pleasance was at his peak. It was like peak Loomis. Matter of fact, Steven talking about the one thing that keeps me coming back for 6 is Paul Rudd and Donald Pleasance's final performance. His scream at the end is unsettling. That's part of the thing that keeps me going back to 6 too, is just Donald Pleasance, man. He
Yeah.
still had, even at that older age, he still had wonderful moments and great lines and delivery. He's just, would you agree? And obviously he's not with us anymore, and it's
Mhm.
so sad. But do you agree, especially for those older movies, that he was as big a part of it as Jamie Lee?
Man, I'm going to be honest. It would have been a scary sight to see how this will tell you something, Night. It would have been a scary sight to see Loomis not in 78.
Mm,
Just picture these films without the presence of Donald Pleasance. Just take them out.
yeah.
Those movies will be different, sad to say. And I love James.
Mm,
She's my favorite scream queen, but his energy was there, man. It was front line, man. Like that, it's kind of like, I was kind of scared of Loomis growing up when he's like, the boogeyman's outside, and then he just all the, Ayo Lonnie, get your ass away from there. It was like, hey, come on, man, with you, Loomis, man, so
Right.
he gave it a creepy feel that, when we had the down moments night, we looked for Loomis when Michael's out there doing what he does. That's what I
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah, man. When I was a kid and I saw the 78 movie, and I know this sounds really weird. I know some people are like, what are you talking about? But Loomis really, it was almost like he was like a security blanket for me,
Yeah,
because in the movie, he's hunting Michael.
yeah,
He's literally like Van Helsing.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I agree.
And he's hunting Michael. He knows Michael. He understands what Michael is about.
hmm
And to me, that was that little bit of hope as a kid that I had in the movie. You
hmm
know what I mean? And at the end, when Michael is coming after Lori and all the shit's popping off, and
hmm
she's trying to take care of two little kids,
Yeah,
which by the way, how brave was that? You know? And so Michael is coming for her, and the only person that is willing and able to do anything is Loomis.
yes,
And so he was the thing that kinda like, when he heard the kids coming, when Tommy and Lindsay were running out of the house,
hmm
and he just happened to see them and hear them, because he didn't that was the thing that was scary about the first movie. Michael was in the house taking care of business, and
yeah,
you never known.
yeah,
You would have never known. It would, you know what I'm saying? Until those kids came out and started screaming,
yeah,
Loomis had no idea where Michael was. And then
yeah.
Loomis came in, and we know what he did. He shot him 6 times,
Yeah,
you know?
it's-
And for me, as soon as he saw the kids, I was like, "Oh god, he
yeah,
knows where to go and help Lori." It's like,
yeah.
so he really was. I'm ranting about it because I just love Loomis so
No,
much.
I know, Nightman.
But he's just the heart and soul, and you said it perfectly. Those movies would have been so different without him. He was like a window into the soul of Michael. He
Yeah,
was kinda our introduction to Michael. He knew the things about Michael, and not only that, but he was just a cool character, man.
yeah.
He was just a cool ass dude, you know?
Yeah, and to sum it up, Night, think about this, man. To close it out with that, and just for the people to give you guys some closure with Loomis, how important he is to Halloween. Think of how much downtime we will have with these films, and how much of the downtime he picked up and carried on his back with the character of Loomis. Just picture that he literally took care of downtime when Lori was off screen. He
Mhm.
did a great. It was Halloween. The reason I love Halloween so much is because, especially with Loomis in it, it's like the downtime was picked up and crafted by Loomis. He did a good job. No
Yeah,
downtime in Halloween
that's
because
right.
you
It's
know,
true. It's so true. I mean, he just and I think that's also an advantage that Halloween, especially those older movies, had over the over other horror franchises, is a character like Loomis. He just really, I know that people don't like this word, but I'm just using it. He elevated the movie, you
yes,
know. Donald Pleasance elevated that movie with his charisma, his experience as an actor, his
yeah,
delivery of the lines, and everything. I mean, if you had someone else, like if I was sitting there and saying those lines,
yeah,
and John Carpenter wrote a lot of those lines for Loomis, while
mhm,
Deborah Hill wrote the lines for the ladies. Like if I'm sitting there just saying those lines, it's probably going to sound pretty stupid because I'm
yeah,
not Donald Pleasance,
yeah,
right? But
yeah,
you get Donald Pleasance to say it, with just his talents, as an actor, and it becomes iconic. We're still talking about those lines right now, 45 years later,
yeah.
you know?
And I don't know if this is true, man. If it's true, he is goaded. Do you hear me? Yes, goaded. They said that man used to drink on set, and it kind of helped him.
Oh,
They said
wow.
that Donald Pleasance used to actually be like kind of woozy off alcohol on set, but he wasn't a sloppy drunk. From
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot where I heard that from, and I've heard it. Maybe I don't know. I've heard it somewhere. You guys in the chat, if you heard it, let me know. I know I'm not tripping out, but they said he used to hit the flask, and it kind
Mhm.
of gave him energy. It was kind of raw with him, but that's
Yeah.
what I heard, man. If that's true, man. Wow.
You know, well, I believe it though because I think a lot of actors of that day, they would do that. Robert Shaw did
Yeah.
that, you know, in his career, like when
Mhm.
on Jaws, you know,
Yeah.
famously, you know, he used to be a little and probably a lot further along than
Mhm.
Donald as far as, you know, maybe instead of one drink, it was three, you
Yeah.
know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of actors of that day, of that ilk,
Mhm.
that was something that they used to kind of give them that edge in scenes.
Yeah.
And hey man, you know, it's like I guess it worked, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. Crystal, let's see. Directors, writers, and Rob Zombie need to stop trying to give him an orange origin story. He is a born killer. That's it. True.
Yeah.
True. True. True.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Now I'm just gonna hold on one second here because I want to play a quick little tribute here that I got too. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is just a little um, you know, franchise thing
Yeah.
and to kind of go through all the good moments, at least what I think are the good moments of the
Yeah.
franchise. Let's see, let's see. All right, now here we go. So check this out.
All right.
All right, man.
God damn, night. Yeah, you what? Damn, man. I'm
Yeah,
just
man.
sitting there stuck. Like, what? Just seeing, oh, bro. Night, man. That is out of this world crazy.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
That's amazing, man. Especially I'm a Halloween fan. Just to see all that put together and all those scenes were like, bro, that's crazy, man. Night, you killed that. I love it.
Oh,
That's
thanks, man.
definitely.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It, you know, for me, it's just, and I've told people this. I said this morning because you are, I mean, seriously, man, you are a top shelf Halloween fan. You
Yeah.
know, I know Crystal's in the chat. She's a big fan. Keith, Val, my man Gore. You know, you guys, and I am too. But
Yeah.
like I said, this new trilogy kind of reignited me. You
Hmm.
know, because like I said, the zombie movies. You know, again, there was you know, I enjoyed things in them, but it kind
Hmm.
of it kind of left me missing the older movies. So when I talked about the franchise, I was a little nervous to do it at first because I knew I was going to talk about movies that kind of I had frustrations with. But even with the ones I had frustrations with, like even Curse of Michael Myers, and seeing some of the positive things, it just made me think of the franchise in total, you know?
Hmm.
And then, you know, doing a montage like that, it just made me I guess what I'm saying, I know I'm stumbling, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm just glad that the franchise is still around doing what it's doing today. And so
Yeah.
sometimes to get to the top of the mountain, you got to work in the valley,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. You know, like if we didn't have Resurrection, we wouldn't have 2018, you know.
Mhm.
And maybe we would have, but I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I love all those moments, man, even from the movies, you know, like a Resurrection or like a Curse that
Yeah.
weren't really high on my list. They still had some moments, you know. So, anyways, I'm just geeking out, man. I'm just,
No, man,
I'm
man,
sorry,
Night,
man.
you know, if anybody understands, man, I geek out, man.
Oh man. Anyways, for you guys in the chat, and I know you guys are throwing a lot of stuff out there. We see you, and Steven's heading on out. Catch you later, man. Much love to you, man. And I know I haven't gotten to all you guys, but it's so tough to do with so many people in the live
Yeah, it's
chat.
oh man, Night. This is wild.
It is. It is. Dre saying, it's interesting the love of different opinions because I felt the experience of watching Halloween Kills was so phenomenal. I was so amped the whole time. I just didn't know what to expect. That's a good point, man, because when
Yeah,
I was in the theater, I felt myself really like, you know, a
yeah.
lot, you know?
It's man. I'm gonna tell you, man. To comment on what Craig Dre said, the moment he picked up that freaking phone, when you hear, you know, the walkie going off, and he just going down those steps, and you see the puddles. Like we talk, bro. The moment he picks a firefighter up, like I'm like, oh yeah. I'm just like, what is about to happen next?
Yes.
Hey, so that's what makes me love Michael is what makes me love that movie. He was on a different time, bro. He was just different.
He was, man. He was. And again, credit to this filmmaking crew because for real, and I love the 78 movie, and I'm a fan of 2, I'm a fan of 4, I'm a fan of H2O,
Mm-hmm.
and zombie movies had moments too, but in these movies, they have really made Michael look so good. The
Yeah.
camera work, the lighting on the mask, there's so many shots where, and I think I got one somewhere here, but how you can see half of the face, but some of it you can't, and just the little bit of shading. And they talk about how it takes so long to get the camera angles and the lighting just right, to make him look good.
Mm-hmm.
And scenes like the firefighter scene like the whoop ass Haddonfield Town scene and all that type of stuff. He just looked so good, and it got me so amped up, man. But anyways, I love it, man. I love it.
Man.
Fritz saying Michael was never meant to be more than a cipher, according to Carpenter, right? Yeah, and that's why I'm hoping that, and I think, like you said earlier, I don't think they're going to go too deep into some type of explanation. I really don't think so, because David Gordon Green has talked so much about his respect for the first movie, or his respect for Carpenter. So obviously he knows that Carpenter always meant for Michael to be this cipher, So I just can't see him allowing Halloween Ends to totally explain the shit out of Michael Myers. I just can't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Night. John Carpenter. He had an interview with Sci-Fi or whatever. And
Yes.
as a fan, you guys, I have this man tattooed on me. I love Michael, and coming from me, it's starting to become like a lot of negative things from the people we don't want to hear negative stuff from. Jamie Lee starts it off with is want to F us up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Nick Castle saying this ending, I don't think you guys see it coming. It's going to be a big twist. Then we get the man himself, Chris Nelson, says it's weird and different, but I think you guys will dig it. That this is your film. You made the look of him. And then this morning I wake up to freaking John Carpenter basically saying that it will be different from other Halloweens. What does that supposed to mean? It wouldn't have been so bad if I don't include the other comments on the journey of coming to. It's like you guys are you guys like playing with us at this point? Because it's like the hints that you're giving us is kind of making us so freaking nervous. And Jason Blum saying we're kind of being harsh. I understand that, Jason. We are fans, but it's like, can you blame us with the comments out there?
Right.
It's like, it's scary as a Halloween fan, and you guys are calling it Halloween Ends at that. This is not kills. It's not. This is ends. So once those credits go down the screen, Night, and everyone in the chat, it's over. We're stuck with what we got, and that story and that ending will be forever engraved in our head until the next one.
Yep.
That's what's scary about it.
Well, I mean, and I might be in denial, or a little bit more in denial, because when I heard John say that, I was kind of like, all right, John, you know what I'm saying? All right, and I'm not saying that he's being false, I'm not saying that, but like, for instance, I mean, what does that mean when you say it's going to be, different, or whatever the words he used were? I think that sometimes part of it too is a little bit of, marketing, a little bit of, hyping things up. Personally speaking, and maybe I'll feel different tonight or tomorrow or next week or right before I see the trailer, but I personally, I don't think it's going to be something where people are like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Put it this way. If it's like that, then it's really going off the rails from where we started with 2018. Because I think 2018, it told a certain type of story. Kills continued it and showed, the trauma of the town, the trauma, that Lori and Allison and Karen are dealing with, and obviously was Michael's movie. So it to me, it made sense. So this movie, if it does something batshit crazy, it just wouldn't make sense to me. Now, that's not saying it won't happen. I could be sitting in that theater watching the movie and be like, what the hell is this? Ready to, message Craven and message you and say, the fuck is going on with this thing? It could happen. It could happen. I don't think it'll be batshit crazy though.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I agree with you. Now, I think it's going to be real, cemented and calm, but I think it's going to throw us off because the reason I say that night is, we're going to go back to kills. When Michael gets shot or hitting or, stabbing him, Karen stabs him in the back, and it's like, wow, is that ball game? I kind of had doubt,
Yeah.
And I know Michael's good for it, but I kind of had doubt, like, is that ball game on Michael? But it was like, they're like, no. And it's kind of like, as fans, we need an explanation for that though, because you're saying he's not supernatural, but this man just got gunned down, stabbed in the back with a pitchfork, beat, and it's like he rises up like I'm back, and he's freaking John Wick. We saw Michael night. We saw Michael block a shot. I swear, Michael he did a Bruce Lee, boom, boom. It's like, watch out. And I'm like, hold up. Did they swap out Michaels, bro? Like, he literally blocked a shot, and I swear, like, and then he's like dipping his head. I'm like, oh yeah, they gotta explain this. And so it's different, man. They have to explain it from the moment he puts the mask on. I need that to be explained as a Halloween fan. Let me know what I'm dealing with when it comes to this Michael we have on screen.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, when you said John, when you said John Wick, man, oh my God, oh Lord. And I got one of my buddies, Grande's Graveyard. He's another great content creator, good friend of the channel. He has such big issues with kills, and he actually said that. He said it's John. He said, what did he call it? He said Michael Wick. That's what he called him, Michael Wick.
Yeah,
and I'm like, stop. But he's right, and so are you. He had those moments. So, but I ain't gonna lie, man. When I was in the theater, I was saying the same thing. Is this over? Like when Karen stabbed him, and he didn't move, and I'm like, I was nervous.
Yeah,
I was like, I was sitting there like, is that's the way it's going to end?
Yeah.
And then of course, it kept going. And as soon as he pulled the knife out, and it sounds so demented, but I almost jumped up. I was like, yes, and he got back up. So there is some stuff they're gonna have to explain in that sense. But hopefully they don't go overboard. I mean, and I know Val's still in the live chat. She's gonna hate me for saying it. Well, she ain't gonna hate me, but I know she's gonna do the eye roll. The people that have been talking about the radio tower and Silver Shamrock and all these different types of things, do you think there's any chance that the radio tower either they have some type of control over Michael, that they go down that road with that type of plot, or do you think Silver Shamrock is going to show up in this thing, and if so, to what degree?
Now, radio tower is like, I hate it. That's like, I'm done with that night. I'm done with that. I'm not a fan of it right now. Silver Shamrock doesn't, I see a lot of people trying to connect Silver Shamrock with that radio tower. It doesn't have to be connected with that in my opinion. So obviously, man, I swear I done broke this down to the point I'm ready to see what's going to happen with this, because when I looked at those masks, man, where he puts the nurse, on a spinning thing, I stopped it, and I'm like, now if I see a clover on the back of this mask, I mean, if it's generic, maybe they do just throw up. I know, of course, we know those are the Silver Shamrock masks, but it's like that little detail tells me something.
Right.
You took your time to put that shamrock on the back, and and you're kind of telling me that Silver Shamrock novelties exist in the Kills universe. So
Right.
that factory exists. You know, that's what it exists somewhere. Or at least it can be an Easter egg, but it's like
Right.
maybe we get another Easter egg and ends and they kind of bring up the story of I don't know. I really don't. But it's the reason we saw that freaking that Silver Shamrock logo on the back. I'm not saying that Silver Shamrock will play a big part in this, but you know, I just feel that, you know, Michael's holding a skull mask, the kids are wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like okay, you guys, I'm about to play around with you guys. This is not I hate this theory. I'm about to tell you guys something that's clean. It's super clean. You saw how the kids had the mask on and they're
That's
like,
right.
you know, they're on a swing. What if like, you know, they're good right now because they have the mask on, but maybe they never watched that commercial. Maybe they never watched that commercial, you know, and it's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And, you know, I think about stuff like that. You know, what if Michael's mask was like a discontinued mask from Silver Shamrock and decided not to go along with it? And you know how the Dick Warlock was in Halloween 3. They got the suits on. Michael he walks. I don't know. You know, he kind of has the movements, those stiff movements, the chokes. It's like. That's me playing around. I hate the theory. I do not want Halloween 3 to be involved, but you know, it's just like it's too much. Night right now will make my brain bust if I get deep into it.
Right.
Yeah,
it is a lot, man, because they could go so many different ways. I do think, and we do know that David Gordon Green is a huge fan of Season of the Witch. He's talked about wanting to do, you know, a Season of the Witch movie and all that type of stuff. But I just don't look. I think the most that we're gonna see, we might see a reference, you know, to Silver Shamrock, you know, something quick. You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe I don't know, on a flyer or something like that. You know, we might see the mask again because we've seen it in both movies, 2018 and Kills. So it stands to reason they're gonna do something and ends. You know, these are just little winks and nods to us super fans, but I just don't know if they're gonna go all the way and link it, you know, to the whole idea like they had in Season of the Witch as far as it controls them. I don't know. I don't think so though. I really don't.
Yeah, same.
You know, I just think it just again, it just kind of takes away from Michael, you know, and I'm just hoping no matter what happens, no matter what theory comes to pass or doesn't come to pass, when I leave that theater and no matter who's dead or alive, when I leave that theater, if Michael, his mythology, my connection to his mythology, if that's intact, I'm going to be very happy. You know, in other words, he's still the boogeyman. He's still scary. He's not, you know, working as security for a cult. You know, he's not trying to get down with his niece. You know, as long as he's not doing those types of things, I'm good. You know, because like I said, his mythology for me, and I know it's obviously true for you, I'm sure, but his mythology is one of the best, you know, of all these horror icons. You know, it's just so cool as far as, you know, what he is and the mystery of it all. So as long as they don't mess that up, man, they can't mess it up. What's up, Marquise?
What's up,
Marquise is in the chat too, man. I shot him 6 times saying, what you just said about Loomis knowing what Michael is about, I feel that with Hawkins just in his own way. They definitely are alluding to that.
Yeah.
They're alluding to that because in that hospital scene, he was preaching to Lori.
Yeah, I agree.
He was preaching, you know, and I think, you know, but here's the thing, and I've said this too. You know, I don't think they're going to do the brother thing with him, but maybe in some weird way, he's kind of taking some of that spirit or energy of Loomis as far as the insight to Michael, the wise, you know, he's kind, you know, I'm into martial arts, so it's almost like he's like a sensei, you know, a shape sensei. He understands the ways, and he's trying to pass it on to Laurie and whoever else will listen to him. You know, maybe that's part of it, that he kind of has that type of vibe.
What you just said, Night, man, just kind of made a light bulb like just go off, man. Like, because going back to the flashback scene, you know, when Michael is about to get shot by Loomis and, you know, Hawkins stops him. Maybe after that, I'm not saying because they haven't hinted at any more flashbacks. maybe, Hawkins tells Lori, like, I had a few moments with Loomis. You know, he, he told me about the boogeyman. I had questions of this man. That night, Loomis told him about the night, who he is. The blackest eyes. You don't want to deal with him. He's not human. He's not human. And I feel like Hawkins can possibly be the vessel of Loomis from knowledge, and he can be the presence of Loomis. Like, hey, Loomis always kind of he didn't want to kill, he wanted to kill Michael, but it was like, he kind of was, how Loomis, he'd be like, Michael, it's time to go home, Michael Hollow. It's like, that's why I feel maybe it's kind of like something like that. That's why Hawkins like, Michael, like, talk to him human, like human. And maybe that's the case. Maybe Loomis, like you said, maybe Hawkins, like you said, man, it's like, he's getting info from Loomis or something like that. I think it'll be clean. So
yeah, I like that because, and I'm gonna be honest with you, what I just said and what you said, putting it together, it's really got me thinking too, man. Because
it went off, it went off.
You know what I'm saying? Because like he was right there, he was in the thick of it, and Loomis was, Officer Hawkins, did Michael kill? Did he kill again? And I'm like, yeah, he did, but maybe that'll be that little bit of that Loomis link that we get in ends, like you said, Hawkins saying, hey, this is what Dr. Loomis said, and so forth and so forth. I'd be all up for that.
Me too, seriously. Man. That just got me going, man. I'm like, the YouTube do duo re-recorded videos. Like,
man. You guys in the chat, man, you guys are all right. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the montage too. You guys are all right, seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
Crystal, damn, stab your sister right in the tit, savage. Jeez.
Man.
And Val knows what's up. She says, and it ends with the most iconic scene. Val, you know what's up. You all right. I love that when he's coming out of the shadows, man. It's just like, to me, that's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
That's Michael Myers. He's like literally right there with you. You don't see him until you see him. And it's too late. It's just too late. Very cool stuff. I got another question. I know you guys have been talking, and I'm sorry. We're all over the place.
Out, man.
we are. Crystal was saying Kills made 131 mil in the box office, even with the Peacock release. With it being the end of the story in October, I feel like even casual horror fans will be out, and no streaming. 250 mil easy. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna? I think it definitely is going to crack 200.
Hey, man,
I think so.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to do good off the fact of the title ends. We never got a title that said Halloween will end. And like I said, Nightman, it's groups out there that comes to the theater to see Michael die. And it's the people that didn't even know when that Haddonfield 78 popped up on the screen. You see young Hawkins running with the gun. They didn't understand that.
That's right.
They didn't probably know like this is a flashback. This is, the old 78 house. People just go see Michael because he's a known killer out there. And I feel like it's going to be people like that. Also, you got to include that was going to buy tickets and just to see him die. Just to see if this man dies because of the title. So, yeah, I definitely think it's going to do good.
Good point. Yeah, I think it's doing seriously. And Crystal, I think you're right on point with it. I think it can do 250. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely over 200, but it could definitely do 250 because, that's just how this thing is going, and with Kills, the pandemic thing being released on Peacock as well and still doing well. 2018 did really well. There's no reason to think that the ends won't. So, Tim with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Saying, but Michael didn't have his mask on as a kid. Aha. So talking about the whole Silver Shamrock connection. Now, what do you think about that? Because if they're trying to make it seem like Silver Shamrock has anything to do with Michael, how would they explain that? Because he didn't have that mask on as a kid when he killed Judith. Unless that mask was Silver Shamrock. But I'm not going to answer for you. I'll let you answer it.
But see, when I think you guys, I try not to leave black holes in it because of questions like that. And that's a good question, maybe Michael's parents that that the tool shop or the hardware shop, maybe that was a known store they go to, right? And maybe they took Michael to pick out a costume and or whatever. And maybe that was a store actually where they got the freaking clown costume from, and Michael remembered, because he still as he has the mind of a kid. Maybe he only knows Haddonfield, his surroundings and stuff. So maybe Michael just decided in '78, like, I remember my parents got my costume from here, so let me go on here, and maybe that's where he got his mask from, and maybe they were discontinued because I always thought, why the hell a Halloween mask is in the hardware store? So,
right.
Maybe they were just discontinued masks that Silver Shamrock was like, I want to keep this certain look. I'm just saying, that theory. I hate the theory of Halloween 3 being involved. I do. But that's just me having some fun. So that's it. I want my Michael to, and Halloween ends to be real 78-ish, but kind of make it its own movie, but don't go overboard, But, I'm not a fan of the Silver Shamrock that much. It's just one of my fun, theories.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and the only other way that you could maybe piecemeal it together, because I've had people ask me that in comments on my videos before, is maybe what it is that Michael is evil. There's evil inside him, or like Crystal said earlier, he's a born killer. He's born evil, so that's already there. It's like he already had that, but the mask, it's almost like it takes him to that other level. You know what I'm saying? It kind of augments him. If it was Silver Shamrock, which I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying that might be one way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I think I said this once, and I know people are probably like, what are you talking about? But like when you think about like a samurai, right? Samurai is very dangerous, empty-handed. He could do a lot of great things with no weapon. But when he gets that katana, he's on a different level. When he gets that sword in his hand, he's like amped up. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe if the Silver Shamrock angle was used, maybe that's how they could make it work. Because, like Tim was saying, and like so many people know, when he killed Judith, he didn't have the mask on. So
I agree, Knight. I just feel what Lori said, kind of was in our face, but it went over a lot of people's heads when she said the more he kills, the more he transcends to something you can defeat with brute force. I think it's that simple. I think Michael, when he puts that mask on, it kind of makes him feel infinite. It makes him feel like, even if you, as a kid, when I dressed up like Michael as a kid, like all jokes aside, you put the mask on, you really feel like you're Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You really, when you get the vision, you look at yourself, it's like, damn, man. So imagine, Michael, the character, when he puts it on and he knows it's showtime, it's like, man, I know it's hard to explain, but man, it's the reason why they created that scene when he picks it up. And it's like, like I told you, John Wick Myers, he's blocking. He's like, what's up, bro? He's cutting ankles, he's cutting wrists, he's getting neck shots with the knife, bro. It's like, you can't touch him. Like Mike, bro. Bow Wow, how Bow Wow was with them Nikes, man. And like Mike, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, man.
Oh man, you all right, man.
For real, Knight. I'm just,
But he's had, but you go back to the '78 movie too. I mean, this is true mythology, because when Lori was being choked and she started to get that mask off of Tony Moran, he stopped. He stopped.
See,
So that mask is that connection. And of course, and again, David Gordon Green, they're smart. They know what they're doing. Right in the beginning of the movie, when Aaron brings the mask, and James Jude just does that little bit of a turn, just a little, like he could feel the mask. So talking about this is making me, I know Val is probably sitting there like, don't say it, Knight. Don't you say it. But I'm just saying, man, maybe
it's like, I think, Knight, man, to be honest, I just think it's a mind thing, man. I think it's like a evil person's brain. Like, I just think, of course, he's like, it's something has to be explained on why when he gets shot that many times, but like you said, Knight, man, when she takes the mask off of him, He immediately puts it back on. Then Loomis shoots him immediately. He falls off the balcony and kind of compare that scene to Kills when he's laying on the ground. He gets up immediately. It's like, bro, I'm telling you, a lot of you guys might not like this. Michael, it's something with that mask because when Karen takes it off, he forgets that Allison is right there. That's free food for Michael. It's like, you know what? He's willing to walk out there at night bald. Wind hitting the bald head, man. He's going out for that man. He's willing to hit 30 people in the middle of the street. You know, he doesn't. They're turning on these headlights. Like, yeah, showtime. He's like, I don't care. Like, come on, man. We're good. Let's go. It's something. And you know, Lindsay, she's grabbing at it. He chokes her. Like, man, get off the mask. Chill out.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone with a bad hairdo. They know it's bad. They have it wrapped up with a scarf. You try to play with them and snatch it. It's like, well, chill out. You don't want to see what's going on under here. I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm not having a good day, man.
Oh man, you crazy, man. That was good.
For real night, man. I think about this stuff, man.
Oh my God. Oh man. Scream haters in the chat. What's up? Oh man. Keith saying Hawkins is gonna get killed, I think, by them kids that bullied Lonnie in the flashback, as the cop was related to them that he killed. David Gordon Green said they would be in ends. Ooh, what do you think about that, Brandon?
Ooh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, that is good.
Wait, hold up, man. That's a good one. Wow, hold up. Let me read that again, man. Because I'm gotta make sure that's Hawks is going to kill. I think by the kids. So the Mulaney's, he's going to kill by the Mulaney's. Wow. That would be crazy. I think that would be crazy. But what would be even crazier is if they kind of lead Michael to him.
Ooh.
Yeah, they kind of lead Michael to him. Because, you remember the cop pulled up and he was like, man, tell him the info of what happened. He was like, what's going on?
Right.
And he's like, just leave. Basically telling the boogeyman's here. And I feel that, man, maybe what come on, like what would go on with that? I feel like maybe they can possibly, I don't know, man. That would be cool. I don't kind of see the kids killing them, but I do see them possibly trying to get him killed. Maybe Michael lead him over. Michael's, I don't know. Go that way.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a good one, Keith. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good question.
Keith always has some good stuff with Halloween. He really does. Val saying Brandon, after ends, brings the shape to his death. I like how she put that in there.
Yeah.
They could start after H4, do a similar time jump like H78 to H18, and bring back Daniel Harris. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Val. I love that. I think that's clean, man. That's what it's all about with me, man. I want it to be clean.
Yeah.
And that's very clean, Val. And I love H4, so that'll work with me, man.
Yeah, that'll work for me too. Crystal saying Myers better not die in the first 15. I'll straight up boo in the theater. He ain't gonna die in the first 15 minutes, man. He ain't gonna. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna do. He's not gonna die.
I'm telling you, man. Man, I've heard that night, man, and I'm telling you, I don't know how I react. I respect everybody in those movie seats. I've never did no shouting in those seats. Never. I've never been disrespectful. I keep my phone on silent. But I'm gonna tell you guys, man, you're gonna see a different side of I Like Scary. I'm telling you, come on. This is history. I'm talking since I was a kid. You're gonna kill this man in the first 15.
Right.
They're not gonna do it, but if they do, ooh, David Gordon Green, man, get your notifications ready. Not for just me, for the world.
Right.
So,
I can't see them doing it, man.
yeah.
I just can't. I mean, hopefully, look, I'll be the first one to come on. I already told you, if something like that happens, you'll be one of the first people I talk to. I'm gonna need some counseling.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like, what?
Counseling. Yeah.
For real, man. And even Keith's ends better have a lot of Michael to break 200 million. So he's referencing that 15-minute deadline. like I said, man, I suppose anything could happen, but can you imagine?
That's the worst of the worst. I swear, it almost be like a parody. Like,
Yes.
like, come on, man, you gotta be playing. What's that
Hmm.
dream theory out there? Come on, dream theory that. Dream
Yeah.
theory that.
Right.
I can't deal with that, man.
Right. 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 Oh my gosh. Let's see. Tim's coming back with another super chat. Thank you so much, Tim. We appreciate that. Very, very cool of you. Seriously. Saying some people forget Michael's second kill is off screen when he kills that trucker before he gets to Haddonfield. He also doesn't have the mask. It's
That's
a good
true.
point. That's a good point. Very good point. So, I mean, I guess, like I said, it either totally debunks the Silver Shamrock thing, or, like I said, if they're trying to piecemeal this thing together, they're gonna have to use duct tape for it. Basically, say, hey, he's evil. He's evil anyways, but when he puts that mask on, it's almost like he can do more than an average man. I don't
Yeah,
think they'd. I don't, that'd be too much explanation to me, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you
yeah.
think?
I feel, it's the mask, man. It's Kill showed me a lot, and that's why I love it.
Hmm.
Kill's answer questions in disguise, if that makes sense. It was just like it's something with the mask. It's that simple, man. I'm not gonna lie. Michael killed in 2018 without the mask with the podcasters.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like it's kind of up that alley. So he's evil. Obviously, he wants to kill. Obviously, with or without the mask. I just feel that mask hides something. Like I told you in Craven, it hides. He wants to be this person. Obviously, he wants to be the boogeyman. It tells you from the moment, because he could have just walked past that clown mask on the floor in '78. He could have wanted to just kill his sister. There's a lot of killers out there that kills without a mask,
Right.
but Michael wanted a mask, and it tells you something about him the moment he picks that up, and it's the reason why they put us in that POV with the
Hmm.
eye cuts of the mask, and from that
Right.
moment he wants the mask. It's the reason why in 2018 he gives that little look and the
Hmm.
dogs start barking. And have you ever thought about this, Night? Michael, he wanted that mask so bad. He hasn't escaped in years until those podcasters shows him, look what we got.
Mm.
Look what we
Hmm.
got. It motivated
Right.
him so much
Right.
to just out of everywhere he could have went, he's like, let me get my mask first.
Right.
It's like, let me get that. It's like, bro, did you have a GPS on them, bro? It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying, man? He goes straight to
Right.
the trunk, Night. He goes
Right.
to the trunk, man. Like, come
I
on, man.
know.
Out there,
GPS.
Night.
You see Michael walking along checking his device like
Come
this.
on, man.
Oh Lord. But you're
Come on,
right,
man.
man. You're right. I mean,
After
see,
all these years.
this type of conversation is getting me all like amped up and like more excited for the movie, and then I'm also getting more questions, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how are they gonna explain it the right way, or how, to what degree, but you're right, that mask is everything, man. I've heard some people even talk about, and again, I'm not saying that, well, this is definitely not my
Mhm.
theory that I originated. I do find it interesting. I don't know how far I want to go with it, but even when Aaron pulls out the mask and you see all the patients starting to get amped
Yeah,
up and worked up, and they talk about how people, especially people that have a lot of struggles,
yeah.
they react to stimuli a lot differently,
Mhm.
you know and so again, it's kind of going into that same idea of that mask having some type of, I guess you're gonna say, I guess all we can say is power, something about that
Yeah,
mask that is more than a normal mask. Because
yeah.
all those patients started to get amped up, the dog started barking, and it was no other reason. There was no there was no weird weather or anything. It was
Mhm.
just when he pulled out the mask and held it up.
I think, you know, to get a great example, something almost like Annabelle, you know, if you watched Annabelle before, how she's like a vessel for the paranormal, and she's like, when she's in the area, a lot of stuff go wrong. You know, I've
Mm-hmm.
compared it to one of my favorite TV shows growing up, Goosebumps, the haunted mask story with Carly Beth. When she puts it on, it's like she's different, she's confident, she's scaring the people who bullied her. It's like I
Right.
feel, you know, Michael's up that alley. I feel, you know, he killed the guy and took him out in his drawers, man, before he even got the mask.
That's
I
right.
feel like once he puts it on, I think Michael's afraid to see himself without that mask. He doesn't want to face the real human of him, like I told John Craven. I think if someone put him almost like a werewolf, like no, like a vampire type thing, if you put a mirror to his face, I won't be surprised if Michael does this. Like,
Mm.
it's like he's afraid to see himself, and that's why he grabs that mask, and that's why he immediately reacts, you know, because it's like, you know, even when they shine a light on his face, he kind of like just looks like, you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like Michael's scared to see the human in him. He
Hmm.
doesn't want to face the real Michael. He just wants to be the boogeyman. He doesn't want to face, and you know, and I feel we're gonna even get another scene with that mask getting took off. You know, I wouldn't be surprised someone try to damage it.
Yeah.
See how he works without it. You know, we never seen Michael get. That's another thing. We never seen Michael get shot down without that mask. We never seen Michael get dealt with without that. That's why, because if that was the case, Night, you know, my gears are going right now. When he has these people surrounding him,
Mm-hmm.
in all reality, it's like, I'm going to take you guys out first. I'll worry about that mask later. It was like,
Right.
no, I'm going to grab this. He's not even looking up. Like,
Right.
he's like,
He doesn't care. All
Yeah.
he cared about was getting that damn mask.
when he puts it on, he's like, now it's time to go. You guys,
Right.
the proof is in the pudding. You got to just really sit there and think about it, man. The mask. It's the mask, and the extra thing, you know, some extra stuff to put on top, the house. Michael comes with a force behind him. You know, he comes with what started it. You
Yeah.
know, that's him. That's Michael. He's not just one person. He comes with the house. He comes with the mask, that
Mhm.
butcher knife. Michael doesn't want anything new. He had the opportunity tonight to switch his mask out when he was in a park holding a skull mask. And I remember that was the theory. He could have switched out to a fresh mask. He doesn't
Right.
want a fresh mask. He wants that burnt, crunchy bullet hole in the face. It's something with it. And it's starting to get damaged. And it's like,
Mm.
I don't know, Night, man. It's deep.
Wow.
I think it's very
Wow.
deep.
Man, I just went on a trip. That was good, man.
My brain is like, it goes.
That was beautiful, man. That was great. Man, I'm following all of that because it does make you really think, man. It truly does. Tim, thank you so much for that super chat question because you just took us on a journey. That was cool, man.
Yeah, great
Seriously.
question, man. Great.
That was good. Wow. You gotta love Val. She said we need to get Night to do a Halloween 78 watch party so we could all watch it together. Hint, hint, Night. Maybe in August for my birthday. Hint,
Yeah.
hint. You know, Val, I'm gonna tell you what. I told Val this before. We're gonna do a watch party of Halloween for sure, and I will definitely try to have it around that time for you, Val, because you deserve it. You really, really do, for real. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
I'm in this whole Val, and also Val, let me know what you think, because Val is she's ride or die
Yeah.
in this community, but she's definitely ride or die shape, right?
Yeah.
So Val, tell me what you think about this idea of that mask. What do you think that mask is for Michael? You know, because I know I've talked to her. You know, Val's so good too in comments, and you know, we have these conversations and so forth. But I always like to pick her brain because she's so cued in, you
Yeah.
know, to the mythology. But Val, if you're still here and if you're able to, let us know what you think of the mask. You know, what does it hold for Michael? Is it extra power, you know, or these types of things that we were just talking about on this little mask journey we took? Because that was just awesome.
Because, like, Night, man, think about it. It's almost like the cast members has the same questions as us, or even David Gordon Green. Because if he didn't have these questions, why do you have so many scenes where he's snatching it off? They're reaching for it. They're trying to take it off his face. So obviously, in ends, we're going to find something out. It's like we're getting built up towards, you know, that mask. And why did you make a freaking legendary scene when he has it off and he picks it up and he goes to war. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Come on,
true.
man. It's there.
Yep,
It's there.
it's true. Crystal saying Myers knew that podcaster was taking a 2 in the bathroom for that mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My,
Crystal. Yeah.
Michael was like, it's okay. It's all right. There's TP in there. We'll be all right.
There's TP in there.
Oh, Lord. Let's see what else. Denisha saying, Night, are you going to have new episodes on the podcast night? Love it. Worth listening to. Absolutely. And hopefully by the end of Friday, I'll have a couple more uploaded. And actually we had, and I know Denisha listened to this. I think all of our, no. I just uploaded our 2018 episode on the podcast on Spotify and so forth. It was fun, some fun stuff. But Denisha, thank you so much for rocking the podcast. I mean, she's watching the videos and listening to the audio. I mean, that's
amazing.
That's commitment, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Seriously. Keith was saying something was up with that lady when Aaron was pumping gas. She saw Michael go after that mechanic. You talking about the lady in the van?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
It's like, you know, the people, you know, when in the opening scene went crazy too.
Yes.
It's like, bro.
Yes.
Now with the older lady, I think she noticed that he was impatient, you know, because he was doing damage in the white. He was doing damage in the white.
Right.
You know, so I think that's what that was. She's like, oh, he's not his brains. I don't know who he is, but he out his brains. So.
she was like, I'm gonna keep looking forward.
Yeah, he's out his brains, but
oh God, too funny. Yeah. Michael is brutal with or without it. It's a mental thing. Yeah. He's definitely shown that he can do it without it. That's for sure.
Yeah, but has Michael ever got damaged? You know, I'm talking, man, back to the 78. Lori's grabbing at it. Tony Moran's just rolled up, pulls it down, and then he goes. He doesn't ever go without that, man. Now, you know, I would have loved to see that scene with the mob without that mask. Show me bald head Michael go to work. Then you know, he's a beast. He's still a beast, but it's like, I'm telling you, man, I don't know how many times you want to say it. You haven't seen Michael get gunned down without that mask. You haven't seen him get fingers blown off without that mask. You know, now you guys can kill me if you want. You can say, Brandon, I told you so. When this movie comes out, something happens without that mask. I'm telling you, bro, it's something with it.
Right. Yeah. Miss Carter's in the chat too. What's up, Miss Carter? Nice to see you. Peyton's in the chat. Tom Atkins mask throw redo for the end. What?
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
I love Valerie's comment, man. I love it.
Oh, the mask is just a veil for him to hide behind. Evil is at its strongest when it's hidden. It is most feared when it's hidden. It's the fear of the unknown that the mask creates.
My point exactly.
It's like poetry reading that.
Yeah.
Isn't it though?
Right there. What you say, Night? Lightning in the bottle? That's lightning. Right there explains, like, he doesn't want to be seen.
Right.
He doesn't want to be. It's like he's kind of like he doesn't want to be seen as a human. You know, it all starts from 78 when you see that little baby hand picks up that colorful mask.
Right.
That shows us right there. Because man, Knight, he could have walked past that.
Yeah, he could have.
Mask and just did it and then picked it up. Bro, he did it before. You know, a child doesn't know. You know, they do. You know, they do. They're aware of life. But, you know, you would think a child just get it over with out of being, have fear in their heart. I'm going to stab. Then maybe, I don't know, bro. He picked it up first. Almost like that scene in Kills.
Right.
It's like literally a copycat of that, you know.
Absolutely. No, it's true. It's true. I'm with y'all. Crystal saying, are we saying Myers can die if the mask is off? Is that his weak spot?
I think so, Crystal. I'm going to be honest, and I love Michael. I want to see him get dealt with. And I want Michael to kill everybody. I want you guys to know that. I want him to walk out on top, but I think that's the case. I think they're gonna try to test that it ends. You
Hmm.
know, we're gonna see Michael, go without the mask. I think, or that house getting torn down right with it. Just take everything away from him. Let's see how he works without all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. Neil from Neon Black Reviews is saying the truth with the mask is that it's William Shatner and you just can't fuck with James Tiberius Kirk, right?
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, that was good. That was good. Neil.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crystal saying those Mulaney's were heathens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Crystal, they were.
Oh shit. And Crystal also said this was from earlier. I'm trying to catch up to some of you guys. Saying I hope since the Myers parents didn't die, since only 78 is canon, I'd like a Myers pop in ends. Wow. And I remember Crystal saying that before. Do you think there's a chance they're gonna show his father or anything?
I think what will be crazy would be, and you guys might laugh, but they show scenes with like just kind of face cutoffs, like kind of like a face cutoff or like a blurry, almost like how they showed him in showed Myers in the opening scenes of 2018. But you
Mm-hmm.
can hear the conversation. Maybe it's like they're going back and forth that night, like, man, that's our son. That's our son. What the hell is going on?
Ooh,
And it's like
yeah.
they just leave Haddonfield, and maybe someone decides to look into some files. Like, who was his parents, man? Like, come on, man, this kid is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like maybe we just get a little conversation, something like that, something small, probably about 30 seconds, and just shows us that they're not in Haddonfield. They disowned Michael.
Mm. Wow, that would be something. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. And Crystal also saying if you bring back anything from 3, let it be the commercial like on a TV in the background. Laugh out loud. 8 more days to Halloween. Halloween. Halloween.
Yeah,
That'd be
almost.
that'd be crazy if they play the jingle.
Yeah, like it's almost like you guys gave us a favor, put 78 on the TV. How about we give you a favor back?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That'd be all right. Number one fantasy expert saying the mask is his ego, which is evil. Drop the mic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are going deep. I like it. I like it. Now, here's another question, too. Now, out of the franchise, and I know I'm putting you on the spot,
Mhm.
but out of the franchise, what are the movies that you think had the best endings? I mean, or do you have one that is automatically your favorite, or a couple? Which movies in the franchise do you think had the best endings?
All right. Number one is 78. You can't get past that. But
Right.
ooh, who else is a good one? 2018. 2018 was a good one, man. That was wild. It was
Mm.
2018, 78. I don't know if I would put kills in there, man. Kind of like we're talking like iconic endings. So I
Mm.
loved when Michael put the mask on, The end, and then when kills was kind of like, But
Yeah.
man, you guys might hate me for this. But one scene that Night will always remember, you guys will always remember, is when Loomis looks up those stairs and Jamie Lloyd has those scissors. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta love that scene. Even though it was kind of off with Jamie. Man, when you hear Loomis screaming, after that went off, I'm just like, what's happening next?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True
Yeah.
enough. That was a good ending. That probably was one of my most iconic endings, other than obviously see, I kind of maybe it's a cop out to some people,
Yeah.
but the 78 movie, it's like on an island of greatness, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
always, it's like that's a given. But for me, other than the ending of 78, Halloween 4, man, like when I saw that as a kid, it shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And because I really came to care about this kid, and to see her starting to go down that same path as Michael,
Yeah.
I felt the same way as Loomis. I was like, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, are you serious?
Threw me
So
off.
yeah, it was crazy. Let's see, real quick too in the chat. I want to catch up a little bit more to you guys. I know you guys have some other questions and stuff. Um, do 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 do. Let's see. Dre saying, "I'm scared to see Michael without his mask." Right? Yes, yes,
Man,
yes.
you guys think about that. You know how they had his face blurred, through
Hmm.
the. Imagine if we just get an upfront close up of him and we no blurriness.
Mm.
That's what I think, is going to be. It's showing innocence. That's what it is. I feel the moment we see some innocence in Michael,
Hmm.
hey, you guys, get on your seat, get on your toes, get ready, hold those armrests in the seats because it's showing you they're taking risks. They're not letting up. So,
Right.
yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and let's see. Miss Carter saying to Val, to be honest, Val, not so good. Went to the doctor today trying to get back on track. Oh, Miss C, I hope you feel better. Seriously.
definitely.
I know you were saying you didn't know if you were gonna be able to check out the stream tonight, but I'm glad you're here, and I hope that you're doing okay, and hope that you continue to do okay. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and I saw a couple other comments here too that I want to catch up to. Um, Extron, you want to know how Michael looks like without his mask? Just look up the actor who plays Michael Myers, and you'll see they're done and easy.
Yeah, but the battle wounds though.
Yeah, that's that's
That's
true,
what makes
man.
James Jude is a man himself, but when he jumps in that them coveralls, and they give him the old man gray in the back, it's
Yes,
like he's Michael, you know.
yes, yes. And here's a variation of that scene we were just talking about at the end of 4. What if it went like this?
My God, he showed up in here, and man, that guy, bro, me and the wife think that's so funny. He sing, "Honey, composing, wooden chair." I'm like, what the hell? All night, bro. I never seen anyone watch that but me and the wife, so I had to say that, man. It was,
Oh, wow.
yeah. He's just saying random shit, and not there just looking at him, Simon. They're like,
I know. They were just shaking their head.
oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Oh, man. Yeah, Loomis wasn't a fan either.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see. Jordan's in the chat too. What's up, Jordan? Saying, hey, what's up, Knight and Brandon? So you know how Michael has a kid's mentality and how kids experience egocentrism, like when playing hide and seek, covering their eyes, they think you can't see them. Yeah, I like that's cool. I like it looking like that, looking at it like
Yeah,
that.
I agree. I agree, Jordan. That's I picture it.
Yeah. There's a rumor of a Myers copycat killers and ends. Do you think Nick Castle will be one of those copycats? He said he would be unmasked. Maybe the cops unmask Castle after a copy killing.
I see. I covered it on my channel earlier, and they wanted to know it. I can blow you guys' mind right now. I'm telling you. And we were blown earlier night. Man, this is you. This is your channel night. Just let me know, man. I'm telling you, it's wild. You're
Yeah,
gonna
go.
all right.
Yeah, go
So you
for it.
guys, for anyone that's a Cobra Kai fan, you gotta have like IMDb Pro, so it's like not a spoiler or anything. I think his name is Tanner. He's Johnny's Lawrence son. If you watch
Mm.
Cobra Kai, The kid, and you know, he's been casted for Halloween Ends as Cam Baxter. And I put together that maybe Megan Baxter is his mom from that billboard, right? So I've heard, you guys, don't quote, I've heard this, and this seems very crazy. So that Michael's gonna get captured and took to Glass Hill. Like Dr. Sartain said, it's the pits of hell. Michael never got to go there because the bus crashed. He was on his way to Glass Hill. So it only made sense and ends for them to say, you know what, let's get him there. You know? And they're saying that they're putting emphasis on kid, but it's like maybe it's a team, but they're saying this kid witnessed Michael kills a nurse. He kills a nurse. And the kid, you know, he sees it, but we don't see him no more of the film, right? Then after that, basically, you know, maybe Allison stands tall. She takes the body from Michael. There's no more Michael. The body's dead. And she's leaving. You know, Allison's walking tall. Or Lindsay or Lori, whoever is the last one standing. Something simple as the radio getting turned up. She stops at a bar and checks out the TV. And it's, you know, local news. 3 nurses from Glass Hill has been killed. And it's like, what? And, you know, I'm going to show you guys him. His name is Tanner Bouchon. It's weird. His name is weird. I'm going to show you guys him. Bear with me, man. If you guys haven't watched Cobra Kai, let me show you guys. Now, tell me, you guys. Just be honest. If I'm ODing or anything, let me see. What does this guy? Come on, man. Just look at him real close. You got him? All right, me and Shaping the Shadows was talking about this earlier. Make sure you got that image in your head, guys.
Right. Right.
So what I'm hearing, you know, is that this kid from the Cobra Kai, I don't know, but they're saying that possibly he can be the kid that, you know, takes in that obsession with Michael. I'm not saying like his evil passed on. I'm saying like his obsession. He wants to mock Michael. He's seen Michael kill in front of him. Obviously, you know, I don't know, but they're saying, you know, me and Shape played with the idea, you know, maybe we get a shot at the end of the movie. And this is why Nick said the end is going to be something you don't expect. This is why Lori said it's going to F you up. This is why Chris Nelson said it's going to be weird. A quick flash, maybe almost to the point it kind of sinks in the face of the kid from Cobra Kai. A quick flash of the kid Myers, like we saw in the window with Karen. Boom. And it kind of gives you answers walking out the theater like, evil will never die. And they're going to, I'm not saying, you know, it's going to be like, he's Michael Myers, but they're going to kind of use a kid that resembles Kid Myers to show you it started with a kid and it's starting back, you know.
The cycle.
Yeah, perfect. The cycle night. And they're using a kid that looks like Kid Myers. Now, that's what I've heard. That's why it's starting to come out, you know, to the horror community. Glass Hill, a kid. They're saying that the Tanner kid is the one. He's the one that will, you know, I don't know how true it is. It's kind of like a rumor. It's in the category of rumors and theories. It's nothing confirmed.
Right.
You know, he can be a regular kid, but I don't know, Knight. I'm telling you, I hate that theory. I hate it. I hate it. But it's
why do you hate it though?
Because it's like almost like it's cleaner. It's way cleaner than the Jamie Lloyd, you know. But because it's like it almost just shows that Michael can be duplicated. You know, he can be mocked. And I want Michael to be this monster. I love Michael being a beast, his own person, you know. Right. And I feel that's why Night this is gonna blow you away, man. It blew me away. That's why they kind of showed Kid Myers now. Remember, I was telling you in Craven why they showed it. It kind of showed us like a teaser. Like, hey, remember this. And I feel that someone else is going to see that, but guess when they're going to see it? They're going to see it with that kid. It's going to be just like, and I feel like it's going to be something like that. And I'm going to be kind of pissed in a way, like, what the? But it's like, if that's the way you guys think that it should end, that's cool. But I would not want to end Halloween like that because Michael is his own person. I'd rather Michael just get, smashed into pieces or something before
Mm.
I see someone just mock him and walk
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
legacy. I don't. But
Yeah, I agree too, man. I mean, I think that I I think this movie should definitively end in the sense of either Michael dies
Mhm,
and it's over,
mhm,
Lori gets to finally vanquish Michael, or either what I've been talking to you about and my latest videos have been about is that Michael's the last one standing.
mhm.
Everybody dies, or at least mostly everyone, but Michael lives and walks off into an unknown future, and
Yeah,
it's done. It just shows that evil can never truly die.
yeah,
Um, but this idea of the kid thing, I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it either. I mean, maybe I got to let it sink into me some more, but I'm not really vibing with that either. So, I
yeah,
just think Michael needs to neither live or die. That's
yeah,
basically it. The whole idea of passing it on to someone, or at least making it that apparent. I don't dig that. I mean, it is
mhm.
like you said, it's cleaner than the Jamie Lloyd thing, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I like you said, because it just shows that Michael's going to be duplicated,
Yeah,
and I don't
yes.
know. Maybe it's just
I hate it.
yeah. I don't know.
What's sad night though? When I heard that actually 2 days ago, and I'm like,
Hmm.
hell no, there's no way. After I say that, Chris Nelson says it's weird, it's different, you'll dig it. Then we get
Yeah.
John Carpenter the next morning. It's going to be different from other Halloween. I'm like, oh my God, are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to make me mentally be prepared for something that I'm not ready for? Like, what the?
They're like prepping us. I hope
Yeah,
not, man.
I hope.
Like I mean, like I don't mind. I don't mind them doing some things that we haven't thought of, or if it's done right, I don't mind it, but don't go too far outside the box, because I think especially with horror, or I should say long-standing horror franchises, and it's a gift and a curse to run that long as a franchise because you have to try to keep it fresh. You have to try to maintain a mythology. So how far outside of your lane do you ride? You know, if you go too far out that lane, like Curse of Michael Myers,
yeah.
then you're gonna have people that are upset. So I just hope that whatever they do, they still stay true to the mythology. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm I'm all messed up now, man.
yeah. It's man
It's crazy. It's crazy. Seriously.
makes me
Val
crazy.
saying, Brandon watched your Halloween H18 location video. I'm jealous. I know, right? My daughter lived in Charleston at the time of filming, so we got to see the outside of the house. But amazing video. Yeah, it was a good video, man.
Thanks, Val. Val, I appreciate that, but only if you knew. If you look closely, my shirt is drenched in sweat. I brought him with me. I took him apart. I was that dedicated, If only you knew. It's wasp in there this big,
Woo.
and they're guarding the door. I'm telling you, it's like
Wow.
I had to. As much as I didn't want to get stung, I'm telling you, the wife wanted to stay in the car, but
Uh-huh.
it was too hot out in the car. I'm telling you guys, it was worth it. But you guys knew what went behind that video.
Mm.
Thanks,
I can
Val.
I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm I'm jealous too, man.
The house is actually, if for the ones that don't know, the owner unfortunately tore down the house,
Oh.
and it hurted my feelings because I remember asking him, why don't you make like like some type of not museum but for fans.
Yeah.
And it's like he wasn't a fan of Halloween almost. Like, he was super cool. He was cool. He said, go have fun. I'm like, fun, all right, shit. I'm going inside Lori's house. I'm gonna have fun.
Right.
But he said, he don't know how long it's gonna be. But I thought he was just talking, man. Comes to
Hmm.
find out, man, the house is in shambles. It's gone. No more visiting it.
Wow.
and it's like that was history. I feel blessed to be able to walk through those doors and go upstairs and go in that kitchen, and you know, it's sad, bro. That really broke my heart when I found out he didn't even, he could have took pieces of the steps. If I've owned it, I would took pieces of the house like steps. You know how many fans would have lined
Right.
up right there to take technically screen use things.
Yep.
And every time I do a film location, all I gotta say is, you guys, I have to take something with me, just a piece of to let myself know that I've been there. So
Right.
I'm lucky enough to get something very small, and you know, he didn't care about it, so I'm happy about that. But kind of makes me sad. There was so many pieces, man. Night they had the black gates that Lori, they had a lot of stuff. They had the wallpaper that where she says "Happy Halloween, Michael." Like
Yeah.
it was cabinets. They had floor. It was like you could have just broke this off to thousands of Halloween fans, man.
Wow.
And a lot of
That
people are
is
upset about it. He just, tore it down.
that's too bad, man. Yeah, and it's funny because like what we were saying earlier, when you're a fan of these things, and like you said, it's almost like you know Michael, and for us that love the movies, it's a big part of our lives or a part of our childhood. We think of family or friends when we think of these movies,
Mhm.
but for some folks, it's just a movie. It's just a whatever, they used it as a set, or it was part of, a set or whatever. And it is too bad. It is too bad because, it means a lot to so many people. So what can you do? What can you do? It's
Yeah,
crazy,
sad, man.
crazy stuff. But we're gonna get ready to start to close this thing down, man. I know I kept you on here for almost two and a
Man,
half hours.
I'm telling you, man, when I say I've been doing YouTube for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. When I say I've never been on a stream and talked about Michael and been so happy, because it's like I talked to, it's not like my guy Helveton, Michael's not his favorite. Now, Shaping the Shadows, that's his favorite, but man, it's different, when I talk to like people like you and Shape, because we love it. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's like we're obsessed with it. And it was like, I knew it was gonna be a good time. I swear, I'm like, man, because the way we ended off on my channel, and I'm like, man, Knight, it was an honor, man. We got to do this shit again. You already know the routine, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, absolutely. Like I got and Val already threw out some hints, man, because we got to do things like watching the classic, like a
Yeah.
watch party of the classic. We got to do that.
Yeah.
Um I'm planning on it, and I haven't even really told anyone. So people, if you guys are still watching, for the people in the chat and stuff, but I'm planning on hopefully getting together some really cool things, some weeks before the movie comes
Yeah.
out, but just as like, franchise moments and having, guests on. And obviously I gotta have you on. We gotta try to get Helvington on,
Definitely.
and Shape and
Yeah.
people like that, and just talk about this stuff because like I said on your stream, these are some really special moments,
Hmm.
as a horror fan, and especially, if you're a fan of Michael. This has been 4.5 years of just it's been Christmas. It's,
Hmm.
it's literally been Christmas for
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
people that are fans of Scream, they've had some nice times and stuff like that. People that are fans of Chucky, and I know you're a fan of Chucky,
Yeah.
Chucky's back, and so forth and so forth. And you just got to enjoy it because, like I always say, and someone in the chat said something. Let me see if I can find it. But you know what I say about the people that, and I am a fan of Friday, but for
Yeah.
the fans of Friday and Nightmare and stuff,
Hmm.
all they got is hopes and dreams.
Every time
That's
he says that, I just,
that's all they got.
yeah.
Over a decade waiting and hoping and praying. And
Yeah.
yeah, Extron, he was saying we really need Nightmare and Friday to come back. Those are the only horror franchises that haven't come back yet, right? And it's funny because those are two of the biggest horror
Yeah.
franchises.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So, we've got Michael for this amount of time. We've got the amazing Jamie Lee Curtis, who has put work in for these movies. The last, presumably, and I'm pretty definitive on it myself. Last
Mhm.
time we're gonna see her play Laurie Strode. I'm trying look, and I didn't even put up these pictures. Let me just give some respect to the lady too.
Man,
But I'm gonna try to enjoy this woman in these
yes,
movies because you
yes,
know, I mean, seriously, this has been a great franchise, and you know, we've seen her do a lot of great stuff in this franchise, and she's been, so open and understands that the fans, this is a different level for us
yeah,
fans. And
yes,
by the way, and not to be a downer, I'm not trying to be a downer, but I just want to say this. I just found out that today, James Caan had passed away.
yeah,
And
man,
James Caan, most people know him either from The Godfather or one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations, which is Misery. And
oh yeah,
he passed. Yeah, Misery. And he passed away, and it's like that saddened me, man. So I
mhm,
guess what I'm saying is I just want to enjoy these moments, enjoy Jamie Lee Curtis and
mhm,
Michael while he's here, and so forth and so forth, because you never know, you
yeah,
never know. And like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis is the scream queen.
yeah,
She just is. So I just wanted to take a moment
man,
just to say that, man.
yeah, man. A lot of the great horror actors are getting old. Tim Curry.
Hmm.
It's scary, man. I feel like that's why people are starting trying to get scared instead of picking it up and trying to get Robert Englund back in Nightmare. Jason Blum saying I could bring Robert back, but I mean you
Yep.
have to now because Robert's getting old, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
man.
like
It's
when
true.
it's over, it's over.
Yep. That's right. There's no turning back. Miss Carter, I hope you have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. And I'll be talking to you. I'll be
That-
talking to you. Miss Carter is amazing. She is amazing. But yeah, I just want to enjoy what I can enjoy, man. And like I said, it's so cool to be able to sit here on a live stream and talk to you about this stuff because, and it's not, and I also want to say this too, because I know we were joking with Helvington earlier, but
Mhm.
it's not saying, oh, well, just because somebody thinks the same way I do, I enjoy a conversation. Like
Yeah,
I enjoy listening to Helvington talk about his love for Curse.
yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
not that I agree with everything, but what I agree with is his passion.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I agree with. I like seeing the passion for it because I can relate to that, another horror fan.
yeah,
So, I know when we make videos, especially when we're talking about theories, sometimes people might be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And
yeah.
that's okay. That's okay. We don't all have to agree,
Mhm.
but we're all horror fans, so it's just cool knowing that we can enjoy these moments with each other. So, anyways,
I
I'm
agree.
rambling, man, because I'm so amped up. I start rambling and stuff. It's crazy, but we got to do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
And, and like I said, I've got some things coming up too. I'll be talking to you about those things too,
Definitely.
because I really, like I said, I want to mark, this ramp up to Halloween ends, and there's still so much other stuff to talk about in the franchise, and
Yeah,
even still things to talk about with 2018 and Kills that we haven't even touched tonight. We
yeah,
tried to touch a lot of stuff, but hey, it's so much, so much.
definitely.
Val saying thank you both for talking my favorite horror movie franchise tonight. I absolutely enjoyed this. I'm so happy, Val.
Yeah, I'm happy, man, that you enjoyed it.
Seriously, that's so cool. We're just so glad that people, you know, want to hang out and talk about this with us and enjoy the conversation.
Definitely.
Um, But like she's saying, come back after we end the stream, which will be in another minute. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this franchise. Let us know what you think about the classic. Let us know what you think about Kills in 2018. What you think's going to happen in Ends. Is Hawkins Michael's brother? All this stuff. You know, all
Yeah,
this stuff. Tell us what you think. Was Michael on the payroll for Halloween Curse of Michael Myers or not?
yeah,
Let us know.
definitely,
Um, and Extron saying, "Have a good night," and I like scary. Thanks, man.
definitely.
We
Same here.
appreciate it. But also, most importantly, go check out Brandon's channel. Subscribe to him. I've got the link to his channel in the description right now. That link is right there right now, guys. Go check out his channel, subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I know most of you are, but for people watching this on replay, if you haven't checked out I Like Scary, check him out. He's a good dude. He knows his stuff, and he's going to locations and he's working his ass off to show us, man. I love it. It's such great stuff, man. Seriously.
Appreciate it, Night, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Mary's in the chat saying, "Hey, Night, I like Scary and everyone. So sorry I got to the end of this. Just want to say good night, and I care about you all. Please have a great night." Thank you so much. We appreciate that. That's awesome. Seriously. Thank you so much. Russell, you let him out.
You let him out. Yeah, they got a police force. Oh man.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. All right. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, listening to us geek out and have laughs. Check out Brandon's channel, subscribe to him, and make sure you like this video too. And Brandon, I'm gonna play the outro. Hold on 1 second for me. And for the rest of you guys, we love you. Thank you. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.